I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Good to see y'all. What's good? Pour me a little drink, a little morning beverage. Y'all know what it is. Ice cold water. What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. I'm your man. I'm the host, Uncle Freezy. What's good? It's good to see y'all. Point five, what's good? Manny Ramos, what's good? Raphael, what's happening? Michael Hansen, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All Future Gaming, what's good? What's good? Seems like I just left. Haha, surprise. I did. Dripmore is in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Nice win last night. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We take them just like that. They don't have to be gift wrapped. They don't have to, the wrapping paper doesn't have to look pretty. You know, we take them just like that. You know, just like that. How y'all this morning? How y'all this morning? Yeah, man. Hey, y'all seen Mello out there this morning. I need y'all to get y'all energy up. What's good? Okay. More energy. Today we alive and kicking, baby. Yes. 21 and 21. 21 and 21. Yes, we are 21 and 21. Got an action-packed show for you. So a few things. Want to talk about the Knicks? This W we got last night. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited about that. You know what I'm saying? It's not how you win, it's doing it. Right? It's not how you win. Right? It's not how you win. Style points and all kind of stuff. I don't care about that. All I care about is actually winning. Period. Right? I don't care anything about style points. Sharon Cloyd, what's good? Many thanks all y'all work, man. Shout out to the chat. Peace. Yeah. Peace be to the chat. Love y'all, man. Love y'all, man. Yo, this I ain't gonna lie to you. The Knicks at Night podcast chat they be live, boy. They bring that energy, man. They bring They bring that energy. We bring that energy too. We bring that energy too. You know, but they bring it from the door. I guess because they've been up all day. You know what I'm saying? Evergreen G. What's good? Evergreen G say, get me in there, get me in there. Okay, Evergreen. All right. I got you. I got you. I got you, Evergreen G. There's the link. There's the link. G. What's good? Devin Cruz. What good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Hey. So we have an action-packed show. So not first of all. I guess first of all, we will have our guy joining us at about 9:15. He is the dean of the Knicks Film School, I guess you call it. Jonathan Macri will be on the show at 9:15. That's our guy. You know, we love some Jonathan Macri. Secondly, and just as important, we are going to roll out the Blowing Tears channel logos and branding as created by CP the artist. So we're also going to roll that out also. We also want to talk about the Knicks win last night against Orlando. That's very important to us as well. But I'm excited about the culmination of the coming together of ideas by myself and CP the artist, or like we like to call them on the Knicks Morning Drive, Marcus. And you have to be a movie. You have to be a movie kind of sort to kind of understand where I'm coming from when I say Marcus in Urban Kid voice. Yeah.
You gotta be at least born in 1989 to be aware of the reference or to be familiar with the reference, or hung around your uncles your whole life. Then you'll
right to understand the relevance.
Right.
Yeah, man. How you doing this morning, brother?
Man, I can't complain, man. You see, I got to be driving when I come on the Knicks Morning Drive. You know what I'm saying? It would be right if I wasn't.
Drive.
You know, had an amazing night last night. We got a big W. So now that I'm doing all my ripping and running, I said, you know what? I'm going to throw on the all white. You know what I mean? I'm going to throw on the Barrett jersey. I'm going to throw on the Knicks blue warm up.
Bam.
And I got on the blue Knicks Timbs. I'm outside today, baby. You know how I move. I'm outside.
You know how we rocking it.
I got the Knicks flag flying. What
Bam.
color is this flag? Let me show you. I'm really with this Knicks shit and stuff this morning. Knicks flag driving. I'm outside, baby.
We rocking it.
They see me out here. Here, so you know.
Hey, you know what the trick is that I play on people? You know what what the trick is that I play on people? People think the word drive means, you know, how you get from destination to destination. But drive in my mind means determination. For the grinders, for those that do, for those people that have multiple side hustles, Knicks Morning Drive is for you. For people that have passion projects, they have a 9 to 5 and a passion project that they go just as hard in. This is for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Say for instance, if you a singer or something, but you like a little job, so you work your job, but then when you get off, you sing and do stuff just as hard as your 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is for me. And if it means you're driving between those things, that's cool too. But for me, I do this for the grinders. Like Evergreen G, who don't ever say, "Hey, bro, what do you sleep? Like 47 minutes a day or something?"
Listen, man,
I heard you produce
I
music
get my
and
sleep in.
all kind of
I get
stuff.
my sleep in. I get my sleep in. That's a lot of people. Sleep is the cousin of death. Nah, bro. Like I get it. It was a hard bar, Nas, but you tripping. I'm 33 years old, baby. I got to get my rest. So I get my sleep in. Usually it's like right after the MBK show was off.
Right.
If I'm on it, because I've been out of pocket for about 2-3 weeks with them. My first show with them in a while was last night. But I'm usually in
Okay.
bed, ready to go by like 11 o'clock. But
Right.
I'm back up early. I'm back up early
Early.
by like 4 or 5 in the gym. So,
Yep. Saving the country.
my drive is there. My drive is there. You know what I mean? I'm a dog too, coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dog too.
And you don't need an 11 jersey to let everybody know. You don't need
Nah,
another. Speak. Hey,
I'm on Barrett right now. I'm still waiting to cop my Toppin jersey. I don't got a Frankie jersey. I'm on Barrett right now, but I'm just waiting on Toppin to show us. I got the all white, so I'm waiting on Toppin to do something at a home game. If you give me like a nice little 15-point game or something, then I'll go out and cop the Toppin jersey. But for now, I'm waiting because we don't know what's going on with this regime yet. I'm waiting until at least after the trade deadline before I start buying any more jerseys. I'm not trying to look like a fool in these streets with an Austin Rivers jersey and he ain't even on the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just
Because
waiting.
jersey insurance, it ain't worth it. I mean, it's worth it,
Right.
right? But I mean, it's like if a dude was on your team for 2 years and then out the blue he get traded, then you like, oh, yeah, okay, right? But you ain't want to
Right.
right now, you don't want to just go out and then get a Knox jersey, and then next thing you know, he playing for the Phoenix Suns, and you like, oh
Right.
man, what the hell?
Right. So I'm waiting. I feel in my heart of hearts that Toppin is Toppin's not moving. Like they wouldn't have put him at the number 8 pick. They wouldn't have picked him. I for one didn't necessarily want him. Everybody knows I was a Devin Vassell guy. And we definitely had an opportunity to pick him.
Right.
But we picked Toppin, and I like the story that comes with Obi Toppin. I like the story of the homegrown kid. I love that. So I personally believe in my heart of hearts he's not going anywhere. But before I go out and spend that $100 and some change, you gotta show me something, Scrap. You ain't just get my money. You ain't just get my money like that. So we'll see.
Yeah. No doubt. Were you impressed with the win last night?
Impressed? No.
Yeah.
I was not impressed. I had under my, I had the impression that we were actually going to lose this game, although I didn't express those sentiments last night. I
Right.
thought we were going to lose that game. But the fact that we were up by like 16, 18 or something like that, and we blew that, and it ended up being a close game. That if we would have kept that lead in one, I'd have been impressed. With no point guard and no starting center, I'd have been impressed.
Right.
But we won that off the skin of our teeth. And I don't like that Reggie Bullock turned that ball over. Something like it was so simple. Like he had to, even after he broke down the defense on an inbound pass, he could have drove and made the layup. He was like right there. Was so interested in holding that ball. Like we could have been up. We could have been up and had a nice little cushion. But he still saved the day at the end, so whatever. I'm not between him and Taj. They saved the day, so I'm not impressed by it because his defense is what I expect him to do.
Right.
I expect him to have good defense. So we'll see. We'll see. I wasn't impressed though, not to say the least. I'll be impressed if we get a W against Philly. Because That no matter how we get a W with Philly, I'll be impressed with that.
Yeah. So this is. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I got allergies. Hold up, my allergies acting up, and then I'm working on.
So with
So
that
yeah.
with
So
that being said, everybody in the Knicks Morning Drive, you got to understand that we are playing well above expected, right? There's
right.
there's teams in the league right now that have 1 and 2 former All-Star top players that are
Right.
trash, right? Like Orlando has 1 star player, right? Washington has 2 star players. Atlanta has 1 star player. Charlotte has, I guess, 1 star player if you want to count LaMelo.
If you
Chicago
want.
has 1 star player, right? It's and we have 1 star player, and we are well above where we should be, especially given the season that we had last year. So
Right.
this is not a time. I personally believe that this is not a time where we throw all the chips in and start making trades, because the continuity is being built, the continuity is there. I think I'm on a show by myself. I don't know what just happened. But anyway, the
No,
continuity is
you're not
there.
on the show
The
by
continuity
yourself,
is being
man.
built. Oh,
I'm
there you
here
go.
with you.
Oh,
I'm
okay. I was
I'm
like, what?
I'm
What's
here
going
with
on?
you. I had to
The
I had to.
continuity is there.
Okay.
You know, we got to maintain this level of excitement for the team, right? They're feeding off of it. They're feeding like. If you think that they're not watching what's happening on social media, if you think that somebody within their direct circle isn't watching the Morning Drive, isn't watching any of the Podfather shows, if you think that that's not happening, you're crazy.
Right.
The level of positivity that we got to keep and maintain for this team, for their psyche, for their excitement,
Right.
it's a must. Positivity, it's feeding into them. You know, especially my man, the ultimate Baird, my man Theo Pinson. He knows what's going on.
Right.
Theo Pinson is feeding them the information, and he's rooting for them like anybody else. So we got to keep that level of optimism and that level of positivity for this team, because we're making the playoffs. We are making the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm the prediction guy, and most of my predictions have come true as of late. Got the number
Right.
8 pick magically. We're making the playoffs. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Even
Of
with this tough
course.
schedule coming up, we are making the playoffs.
Of course.
So, question is, who do you want to play? Who are we gonna play? Do we want to play
Bro.
Brooklyn? Do we want to play Philly? Do we want to play Milwaukee? I'm taking Milwaukee all day.
Bro, I
All
don't
day, I'm
care.
taking that Milwaukee.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care who it is. Bring it. Hey, so I'll let you in. I'll let you in on something, right? So I'm prior military, right? So I'm prior military. I'm an army veteran, right? I'm an army veteran. I was a 54 Bravo, and I was attached to. We used to be attached to field artillery, right? And also did some other stuff, but for the sake of the story, I ain't gonna get into all of that. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. So our battalion commander had us in the field when not in the field, but we were. I'm trying to say it in a way that civilians can kind of understand what I'm saying. So we were all gathered together in a field, right? We were all gathered together in a field, right? And he was talking to us about doing this field exercise. Hey, Dominic, what's good?
What's up, man? Good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Good. So I'm telling Evergreen G a story, which is weird, but our battalion commander had everybody in the field, and the rumor was, we're going to go to this place, and it's going to be really tough, on us, and we have to make sure that we're prepared and all this stuff because millions of people will be dependent on us, even though they don't even know who we are, where we're going, or what our mission is, right? And so that's the rumor, right? So our battalion commander gets in front of us and says, because we think he's gonna, we think he's gonna, tell us the Gettysburg Address, right? And it might have not been battalion, it might have been brigade, it might have been, it was somebody in our leadership that we rarely see, so it might have been brigade commander, right? So we think he's about to tell us the Gettysburg Address. Everybody's nervous. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's nervous. We get, we finally, we get there. He gets in front of everybody. We do all the stuff. We get inspected before he talk, and you know how it is. Evergreen G. If you ain't ever been through this, then I'll explain what it's like to be like when somebody important in your leadership chain.
Are you forgetting who you talking to? You forgot who you
No,
talking to?
no.
I'm served 8 years in the Marine Corps, brother.
Oh,
8 years in the Marine Corps, 4 years in the Army Guard as of now. I know what you're talking about. You gotta layman it for me. I know
okay.
what's going on. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. So
That's many
okay.
power.
Right. So you get where I'm going, right?
Everywhere you go, I know what you're talking about. Keep going. Talk to
right.
the people.
And so to the people, so to our family in the chat, right? What happens is we're getting ready to go somewhere, right? We're getting ready to get deployed, or we're going to get sent somewhere, and some of us may not make it back. We hope everybody come. So, but anyways, we think he's going to say we think the brigade commander is going to tell us, going to read, basically do the Gettysburg Address speech to us, because it was a weird time. We had stuff popping off in a lot of different places, like a place called Bosnia, where at the time I couldn't find it on a map, right? We had stuff going on in this place called Somalia, right? I had no idea what Somalia was, right? At that time, had things going on in Saudi Arabia, in Korea, Saudi Arabia, and in Korea, all these places at the same time, right? Marion Davis, thank you for the super chat. The Knicks lost 2 games to the top teams in the NBA by 8 points, and now they're believing they can win and get in the playoffs against anybody. I'll add that to what he said. So anyway, so everybody's nervous, and Uncle Freezy is clean when it comes to inspections and events like that. Not only am I gonna be prepared and fired up, I'm gonna be clean. Like I'm gonna have the best looking boots and uniform in God's great country. Period. Ain't nobody gonna look better than Uncle Freezy when it comes to his uniform. Okay, nobody. I'm talking about including people up the leadership chain and people that were behind me. Right? Nobody, because I'm gonna outwork everybody. Period. Right? So I'm there. I'm in formation, and the brigade commander comes up to us, and everybody is holding their breath, anticipating stuff. And so he comes up. He says, "We have one mission. Win." And he walks away, and that's it. It's over. And the formation goes crazy, bro. I'm talking about because he legit comes up after all this because we have been hearing rumors because Pac is stirring. They making sure your shot charts are updated because like when you ready to go somewhere, you know what I'm saying, your shot charts get updated. You have these weird random TA50 inspections. Yeah. So you have these.
Get all that stuff. You know something going down.
Yeah.
Physical health assessment. You start getting all of that stuff done because they like,
right.
we gotta make sure this liability is straight when we start taking these soldiers out.
Right. And so all the stuff start happening. So we know we're ready to go somewhere. We've been through this before, been there and done that, right? But that guy I can call him a guy now. Because I'm not I'm not an active military person anymore. I'm a veteran. So that guy is so fired up that he gets in front of all of us. And mind you, I'm like 20, 21 years old. He stands up in front of all of us and says, "We have one mission: win." And he walks off. And it's like, and in formation, you're not supposed to be moving around or doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Moving, no talk.
None of that. None of that. But the formation goes crazy. And we can't help it because of the excitement. All you hear is, "Whoa!" All kinds of, you know what I'm saying? And Marines might say something different. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have that love, that respect and love for Marines and Navy personnel. I mean, when my guy Uncle Fulio comes on, he's Navy. I'll begrudgingly show him love out of respect for what he's serving that country. But in terms of Navy, I'm like, it is what it is. You get what you're gonna get. When it comes to Marines, I'm like, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. But my dogs though, my Army guys, the ones that have been through all the things with me, you know what I'm saying? They get mad love and respect because I know what they've been through and they know what I've been through as well. So, but anyways, I thought I'd just say that just because the Knicks have one goal in mind, and that's win. Period. They don't care how they do it. The superstar doesn't have to take the last shot and all this stuff. All they care about is stacking W's. And Tom Thibodeau is the leader on the front line when it comes to that. White Falcon says Freezy, Frankie, RJ, Randall, Taj, Mitch, defense. Hey man, I don't know if you can play Randall, Taj, and Mitch at the same time, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Who's your small forward? Who's going to defend your wings? Right? Who's going to defend your point guards? Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see.
Maybe he's just mentioning that those are just players that play defense. I don't know.
Maybe. Hey, Evergreen G, I got a surprise for you. Yo, look who it is!
What's going on, my man? How you doing?
I'm great, boss man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm in the car. I just drove my wife to get her. Where are we? I think she's getting her eyebrows threaded. Is that a thing that women do?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That sounds accurate, right? She's refusing to say what it is, but it's some kind of an eyebrow situation, which apparently she has not gotten done through like all of quarantine. So today's a big day for all of us.
Oh wow, that is a big. That is huge. That's huge.
Yeah, it is.
You
Bro,
gotta make a big deal out of it, Jonathan. You got to, because she will if you don't.
No, man. It's the little things in life. She stays up with me, rooting for my French son. I drive her to go get her, manicuring or maintenance needs taken care of. It's a good, healthy relationship. Right. I will say that.
Yes.
Right.
Hey man, so let me do the introduction. I feel like I have to do the introduction, even though y'all know who this is, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, so Lawrence Tears, throw a thumbs up in the chat for the resident homie, the king of Knicks Film School, the rising star in our Knicks universe, Jonathan Macri, and I'm excited to have you here, brother. Super excited.
That's way too kind. I'm just like everybody else. I'm a fan who's happy about what's going on this season. Last night, it was so funny because, last night had all the makings of the most disappointing game of the season, arguably.
Right.
And then usually when a game goes like that, and you're like on the verge of it being the most disappointing game of the season, you don't then turn around within the same game and it becomes it's I don't know, I can't explain it. It felt like one of the biggest wins of the year and like one of the most uplifting wins of the year, and just really it's a good day to be a Knicks fan.
Yeah, it's a great day to be a Knicks fan, brother. I will say this. So for one, when I heard that Quickly was not playing, I immediately thought like, oh boy, we're really in trouble here.
Yeah.
Because we could make a point guard rotation of Alec Burks, Emmanuel Quickly, and Frank Ntilikina. We could make that work, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's not ideal, we could live with it. We could probably be in a game with an NBA team if we did that. But without quickly, now you're Frank Burks and some RJ. You're like, oh boy, I don't know if we can beat an NBA team with this rotation. But
I,
but but oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, man.
no, and I was gonna say, in fairness, the Magic are like half of an NBA team right now, so I don't
Right.
know if they were gonna win a game against an actual NBA team last night, but they won a game against the Magic, and hey, they were who was on our schedule. And I will say this though, for any, I also like write about the league for like another like a betting column I do every couple of days, so I pay attention to what's going on in the NBA, and the Magic are not one of these like roll over and no, like they come and they compete every night. So I get that they didn't have a point guard, and I get that Ross didn't play either, which was obviously helpful. But like that's a semi-real team. Like as far as bad teams go, they're at least a little bit, high on the totem pole of bad teams. So give credit where credit is due to the Knicks.
Right. And I feel like they are the lottery teams versions of the Knicks, where
Yeah,
playoff teams legit don't want to see this version of the Knicks on their schedule because they're confident that they can beat the Knicks, but they don't want to go through
yeah,
the grind of pulling out a win again. Like Brooklyn legit should not have beaten us by that amount of a team of our ilk. They probably should have beat that team by 12, 13 points. But for us to do certain things to them and expose their weaknesses, and and to have them fight and claw out a win on their floor with questionable officiating, what I'm saying, just proves that the Knicks show fight against every team that's on the schedule. I'm not really nervous about the second half. We have 30 games left,
yeah.
and I'm not really nervous. I feel like we can make the play. If we make the playoffs, that's great. If we miss the playoffs with the same effort and tenacity every night, it just wasn't. We just didn't have enough firepower in my eyes.
Yeah, I think it's, gosh, narratives are so funny, and you can't control a narrative. A narrative takes shape on its own. And I think Knicks fans, and more importantly, people around the NBA are like, for instance, let's just say for argument's sake, like, because they're 21-21 right now, right? So let's just say for argument's sake, over the rest of the season, the Knicks go um 13-17.
Right.
Looking at their schedule, that would be an accomplishment in my eyes. I think it would be an accomplishment. I think that would actually be a pretty good record,
Right.
given what's in front of them. However, and this is not to throw anybody under the bus, but like I'm sure that there will be certain people that maybe cover the team that will be like, and let me go a step further. Let's say they make a play-in game and they lose a play-in game and they go home. They don't wind up as one of the quote unquote playoff teams. I'm sure there will be
Right.
people that will write about the team, and they'll be like, oh, the season was a failure because they started off like this and they ended up like this and they did not accomplish their goal. I think Knicks fans are smarter than that, and I think NBA people around the NBA are smarter than that. And to what you just said, as long as the level of play stays at what it is,
Right.
if there are more tough losses against good teams over the rest of the season, I think the only thing you want to avoid is I'm trying to think of honestly, there hasn't been like, what games have they come out this season? Like, okay, I'll give you one. The Bucks game, the first game out of the break. You want to avoid games like that. You want to
Right.
avoid nights where they come out and they get their doors blown off. One or two games where they come out and like there's just something a little lacking in their not their effort level, because they've tried hard all season, but where there's like that little extra something. And that's the part where I agree with you. I'm not afraid of that. I don't think that's coming, because you see there's something with this team, and you saw how they mobbed Reggie Bullock at half court after he made that steal. And like sometimes like teams like just they galvanize in a certain way, and I think this team has. Does that mean they're good enough to get to the 6th seed or whatever? I'm less sure about that, because the other thing, and then we can move on, but like they're still not good enough to go into any game and be like, that's a win, right? Like, for instance, we have 2 games coming up, both at home against the Wizards in whatever it is next week. Like, they can't just walk in and roll the ball out on the floor and beat that Wizards team. The Wizards just beat the Jazz last night. I know the Jazz are scuffling a little bit, but still. So I don't want to take anything for granted, but I want to continue to be like, there are still nights where it's rough on offense, and they don't have that guy other than Randall, and he's only one man who could just get you a bucket when things are going rough. So
right, and I feel you on that. To me that's accurate, right? To me that's accurate there, man. I feel like, however, that these tough losses and these hard-nosed wins are going to help us develop something that will turn us. I basically, what I'm saying is, I think we will eventually turn a page and become something more than just what is the sum of all the parts, right? Because last night,
with this roster, are you saying that, or are you saying with more additions to come?
Well, with both, and I know I can't have it both ways. I'm saying with the core that's there now, and maybe with an addition or two, and I don't mean a big addition. I mean some guys that they come in and support the current core. Like
Sure.
for instance, the Knicks basically played without a point guard, and your power forward had 17 assists. I mean, things like that. That's Disney level story writing right there.
And that's real though. That's what he's doing this season, Randall, from a playmaking perspective. If you want to tell me that there are aspects of his game this year that are a little bit fake, not fake, that's the wrong word, but like aren't this sustainable? Like, you want to tell me like he's not going to be a 40% 3-point shooter moving forward in his career? I actually think there's an argument that maybe he could, but that's at least a talking point. The playmaking, man, I think we're only scratching the surface, because I think there are still those couple of 2-3 possessions every game where he'll try to thread a pass that is maybe not quite there. And I think he's only going to get better as a passer, because that's like you either got that or you don't,
Right.
and he has it, and he has that. He's always shown signs of that playmaking ability, but I just think it's reaching a new level right now.
Right. I think part of that too has to do with chemistry, in my eye, because when you roll your roster over year after year after year after year, it takes guys a certain amount of games in order to know where a certain person is going to be against this defense, and it just takes time. So the fact that Randall had 17 assists in a game that we did not have a point guard, coming off 2 very, very, very disappointing losses, where you couldn't. If a vet packed it in and said, "Hey, this team doesn't just have it. I'm gonna just make sure my check is there on time. I'm gonna just make sure my check's clear." And you can't blame the vets for that, because they have mortgages they have to pay too. You know what I mean?
And one thing you brought up a really great point on the chemistry, the year-to-year turnover, which obviously we have more than any other team in the league. Who are the 2 guys that he's developed the best chemistry with this year? Reggie Bullock and RJ Barrett. Those little behind-the-back passes to Reggie Bullock. RJ Barrett, obviously, we're seeing some semblance of a 2-man game now with the 2 of them, which is just – they had one sequence last night where it was a ping back and forth, one to the other, and it ended with a Randall assist to a Barrett layup. Those are 2 guys who were here last year. right?
Right.
And so,
Right.
and that's why when you talk about the whole being greater than the sum of its parts, my new theme that I keep going back to is like Leon Rose. He does kind of have his work cut out for him, because on one hand, you do need to improve the talent level on the roster, but at the same time, how quickly do you dispense with guys like Reggie Bullock and Alec Burks, who I think there's an argument for keeping those guys around and trying to re-sign them to something. I don't know what types of contracts, but
Multiple years. It's Burks.
yeah,
It's hard
like
to find a Burks in the league.
because like look, should Reggie Bullock be a starting shooting guard? No. Should Alec
No.
Burks be a sixth man? Probably not. But are those guys NBA rotation players who could get minutes for, I would say, almost every team in the league? Absolutely. Ideally, would those minutes come as like an eighth or a ninth man? Yes. But it doesn't mean for us right now moving forward that there shouldn't at least be a conversation about like, all right, what's it like? What does a 2-year deal look like for Alec Burks? What does a 2-year deal look like for Reggie Bullock? You know,
Right.
I'm interested to find out this summer.
Right. Hey, so I have one of your biggest fans in the chat in the virtual chat, man. And so I'm gonna try to subdue him some, but the dude is like the biggest Frank Ntilikina fan in the universe. What's good, Kev?
What's going on, Jonathan? What's going on? It's Kev. It's Kevin McLeod.
Oh my God, Kev. Oh my goodness, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
How you doing, man? It's an honor. It is an honor.
The honor and the pleasure is all mine.
Yes.
It's always nice when you interact with someone for, I feel like it's been years between me and you.
Yeah.
You know, to finally see their face. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Nothing too much. Hey, man, you got a drink right now?
You know, yeah, even I have my limits. It's maybe 10 o'clock. Maybe I'll pour my first.
I hear you, man. But first off, I just want to congratulate you on the birth of your child, man. I'm really happy for you and your family and everything, man. I really am. And
thank you. We're happy too. She's in the back seat.
Oh, she's in the back seat. Okay, cool.
The real pilot. The real pilot is in the back seat. Right? Hey, so Kev, let me ask this. I just want to ask this. Right? So the emergence of Frank Ntilikina in a game that we really needed his defense and his offense, right? To see him, the first three he made. And no lie, I won't lie to you. I'm like, wow, Frank knows where the basket is. And then there's a second three, right? And now I'm like, oh my goodness, we may be getting something from Frank, right? So let me ask Kev. Let me ask you this, because this week we have been up and down on Frank Ntilikina.
Yes,
because he's had multiple games of zero points, and frankly, you could say he was basically missing on offense.
Yes.
Right? Not just his scoring, because offense is more than putting the ball in the basket. You want to set it to be able to create for your teammates, you know what I'm saying, and do certain things. But Frank having 13 points in a game where we needed some type of presence from somebody at the point guard position was impressive to me. And his defense, to me, is always underrated. And not the technical part, but the energy that he brings on defense.
I saw a sequence on Twitter where, I mean, because I didn't remember it throughout the game because I was so excited for the kid, but there was a sequence where he guarded like 3 different people.
Yep.
And then Taj got the rebound, gave it to Randall, and Randall swung it to Burks, and then Burks swung it to RJ, and then RJ swung it to Ntilikina, and he hit the 3 in the
in the corner 3.
Yes,
that was the last 3 that he.
That was the last 3, right?
And
man,
that defensive sequence was, I think, arguably the best defensive sequence of the game for Frank. He was all over the court. He did guard like 3 guys in that position.
Yeah. It's just Jonathan, I'm going to tell you, I did come out of pocket these last couple of days because the problem that I was having with Frank was that not so much him missing shots, but he was missing them badly. He was hit. There were air balls that he was throwing up, and I was so angry because I'm saying to myself, you're a professional ball player, and basketball player, and the basketball player is supposed to put the ball in the hoop, and he was missing badly. So that's why I came out of pocket. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it took Ron from Cleveland and Jay Boogie to calm me down, bring me back to my senses, and say that you got to stick. If you're rolling with a player, you got to stick.
Yeah,
with
we
him.
can't be fair weather.
We can't be fair weather.
Yeah, we can't be fair weather.
So yesterday I did that, and then all of a sudden he does this. So you can call me hypocritical, call me whatever.
No, man, you're human. You're human. It's just you're just being human. And I reached the point, and I kind of admitted it. I forget what podcast I went on. I said it it got to the point for me before this season where I didn't give up on Frank. I still thought Frank was going to be a good player in the league, but I was done fighting the uphill battle about the Knicks need to invest in him, the Knicks need to resign him, the Knicks need to give him rotation minutes. I was finally look, if it happens, it happens. I'm going to continue to support the kid. I'm going to continue to root for the kid. I still believe in the kid. But he's had chances,
Yes, yes.
I feel like at this point, if it doesn't work out for him here, no one's going to be able to say Frank didn't get a fair shake. He's gotten a fair shake. So, right. But what I will say though is that I think he now with his play this year,
right?
For me at least, he's proven himself as an NBA rotation player.
Yes, yes, I agree.
Maybe not one that could play for every team in the league because some teams are more stacked than others, but I think a guy that could play for most teams but here's the thing, and you nailed it before. It's not just about making shots. It's about shooting with confidence and just basically being a confident offensive player. It's okay if you miss the shots, but there was a moment, not yesterday's game, but I think it was the Philly game where he had an open look, top of the it was the top of the key, and he just he bypassed it, and I was that's the stuff that Frank can't do.
Right,
he can't do this stuff. So
exactly, and I mean, and we say he's had a fair chance, but let's be real. The circumstances that he's been in. I mean, he's been through. This is Tibbs. This is the fourth coach he's been through.
Yeah, and
then also, the management has always gotten a point guard ahead of him, so he really couldn't be the starting point guard that we thought that he would be, because there was always somebody ahead of him.
It was a developmental disaster from day one. Every way that they could have undermined his development, they did. I'm not arguing against that. I'm just saying at this year, I think. It's been. I think he's gotten a fair shot. He's gotten time, obviously, last night, and I think in the sum total, he's done enough. But that's a great point. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, and the other thing was, I would have thought that you have this defensive player right here. I mean, let's be real. Frank Ntilikina is just a really good defensive player. You got him, and then we have a great defensive coach, and I'm calling Tibbs great. I'm calling him great. So you got the two. So you would think that Tibbs would have utilized him in some way. I'm glad it's happening now. I believe, and this is my opinion, I think that if Frank gotten a few of those other games that we lost, we probably would have won them. We probably. I mean,
hindsight is 2020 though. When you look at it like that, because you don't know if you're getting the confident Frank, and that may be the reason why he didn't get those minutes.
Probably. Right. Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Freeze. I'll just give you one game, the Toronto game. If he gotten that, you think we probably would have won?
I think
the early season game, right? You're talking about?
Yeah.
And so here's the thing with the Toronto game. right? Our defensive strategy versus Toronto. You mean the game in Tampa, right? The game
Yes,
in
Yeah.
Tampa
yes,
when
yes,
Knox's
yes,
mom was in the stands
yes,
and he came
yes.
out super aggressive. Yeah,
Yeah.
so the thing about that is our defensive strategy and game plan and effort was top notch. To me, it was probably our best defensive game. What happened though is Toronto beat us because they legit outran. They got offensive rebounds and lucky looks from guys that were spotted up on a like for instance, they couldn't get an open shot from Fred VanVleet, but Chris Boucher running down offensive rebounds and kicking
Yeah,
out to an uncovered Fred VanVleet are things that happen in a scramble. Like when players get caught up in a wash,
yeah.
you can't scheme and game plan for that. That's
Right.
that's his hustle, right? And so Fred VanVleet getting a wide open 3 point look 3 or 4 times during the game where there is no other human being within 10 feet of him is not going to happen on a consistent basis.
Right.
And the same thing happened for Kyle Lowry as well.
Yeah.
Tibbs had an excellent game plan. They couldn't get into offense without Frank. Now, without Frank, they
Yeah.
couldn't get into offense, and they were struggling. And how they beat us was getting 3 point looks off of offensive rebounds.
Yes, yes.
That's
Yeah.
something you can't game plan for. So what I'm going to say is in an example like that is Tibbs had the right personnel on the floor, right? It just worked out that the ball didn't bounce our way. It bounced their
Right.
way. They were lucky.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I think if you're talking about like what, if we had a do-over,
Yeah.
you know, who said it? When they traded for Derrick Rose,
Yes.
one of the Knicks was like, it was Austin Rivers. It was Austin Rivers when he gave his the one interview he's given in like the last several months, where he's like, I heard. I like Austin Rivers. I feel bad how it's gone.
I like Austin Rivers too, and I'll get to him in a minute. But keep your point. Keep your point.
But Rivers said, I heard Rose's name from before the season, and in the story that came out in the Post a few weeks ago by Yaron Weissman, he wrote that Rose was a target even before the season. I think in a perfect world, if you could do this season over again, I don't know what the asking price would have, how it changed from before the season to when they actually got Rose. If they could have gotten Rose earlier and basically, I feel bad saying this, but done away with Elfrid Payton, because look, he is what he is. We don't need to.
Let's be real. Yep, absolutely.
We don't need to crap on
absolutely
today.
Yep.
It's not the time. But if you had made that move before the season, and you essentially had Derrick Rose as your starting point guard from day one, and then you had a backup unit of Quickly, Frank, Burks, and then take your pick of I know things are not great for Obi right now. Obi or Knox.
That's another story.
Yeah, another story. Well, I think if you're talking about how the Knicks could have maximized, this season different from how they did, I think that's the only thing that you could point to, because there have been those games where Elfrid Payton has maybe not shot them out of games that they otherwise would have won, has had his bad games. Even so, is there any realistic universe where this team is going to be much better than 21-21? I mean, maybe you tell me a game here, a game there.
Yeah.
For me to go back and be like, oh, we coulda, shoulda, woulda, I think they've pretty much maximized what they're going to do.
Right. Hey, so let me acknowledge this super chat real quick, Kev.
Yeah.
Because Kev is like in his moment right now. Kev is on.
I only got to talk to this guy once on CP's Knicks Fan TV. I only got to talk to him once.
So Paris Duggar, thank you for the super chat. Paris Duggar says, "Be proud, Knicks family. We're finding ways to win with numerous key injuries and minimum wage salaries, 21 and 21, and 2 rising stars." Family, I got you, Paris Duggar, and thank you for the super chat as well. CP the artist is in the building.
CP the artist. Yes,
what's good? So I understand what y'all is to Macri's point. I understand what he's saying fully, and I think I agree. I do choose to. I feel like so I'll make a Marvel Comics MCU reference. I think this timeline that we're on right now is probably, say the best version of what we probably could have predicted. Because at the beginning of the season, the betting odds in Vegas were that the Knicks were going to win 22 and a half games initially. And then once the Knicks started winning, that number changed. I think it morphed into maybe 32 wins or something.
Yeah.
But right now I'm saying that Vegas picked us to win 22 and a half games, and 3 games after the All-Star break, we're at 21. Lets me know.
Can I just jump in on that real quick? Because
yes, because I want to hear your thing. Yes.
Well, no, just I want to get it straight. There were some casinos that had it at 22 and a half. Basketball Reference actually keeps track of this stuff, and they have it at 21 and a half. And if the Knicks win one more game, they will officially be the first team in the league to beat this season's overall.
Wow. That shows how little they think of us. Yeah. Now, Jonathan, what did you have the team winning before the season even started? Where were you at?
If I recall correctly, I probably said something along the lines of 27 or 28 wins.
Oh, okay. I had 32 plus. I had 32 plus.
Macri, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Where does the Knicks rank in pick and roll offense? Because I feel like if it's just me, we don't run the pick and roll enough for our point guards.
In terms of as a team, I don't think they are. They're not that high. I mean, their big offensive sets come out of like obviously they do a lot of drag screens at the top. They probably do more of that stuff than anything. And then it's Randall out of the post. But at the same time, like Quickly was not really known as a pick and roll guy in Kentucky. I think if anything, what I would like to see a little bit more of now that both of them are shooting it pretty well is I want to see a little bit more of Randall and RJ in the pick and roll.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. Yeah.
So I want to chime in real quick. So Cornerstone Cav, why did you ask me what my win total was before the season? I was excited. I thought we were going around the horn.
I thought I'd asked everybody that. I asked everybody. I never asked you.
No. So.
Oh my God! I apologize. What was yours?
My predicted win total was 42 wins, right? And I know that sounds obnoxious, right? That sounds obnoxious, except when you look back at games that we gave away, like the Oklahoma City game. Oklahoma City came in. Yeah, when we played them and they were depleted, and the only way they could beat us is their guards beat us our guards on the boards, which is ridiculous because RJ Barrett, Elbert Payton rebound at a high rate for backcourt. But they legit had a dude named Hamidou Diallo beat us on the boards, right? And they got putbacks like that all game long. So 42 is outrageous now that I look at it, because I didn't take into account the impact of COVID protocol and injuries. But on paper, I thought RJ Barrett would take the next step. I thought
he has.
But I thought his step. Me going back to summertime Freezy versus where we are right now, I thought his evolution would be at finishing at the basket and free throws. I had no idea that this dude would be shooting in the high 40s from three going back to January, right? And it's like nobody predicted this dude would become a marksman from three after what was it, after the 2 for 21 stretch. I think I heard Del Pito say. So there was an 0 for 21 stretch, and then there was a 2 for 21 stretch.
Oh, it was an 0 for 21 and then a 1 for 21. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. It was bad. It was not what you want.
Okay. All right. Hey, so CP.
Yes, sir.
Just want to ask you this, right? Because we were down on several other Knicks players. We were frustrated with the inconsistency of Alec Burks and the what seemed to be inconsistencies from Reggie Bullock. I don't think Reggie Bullock was inconsistent in terms of his defensive play because I
Mm-hmm.
felt like he is a very underrated defender in terms of defensive energy, right?
Yes.
Because because I think ESPN has him listed at like 189 pounds, 190 pounds, right? And for him to take on the matchups that he's taken on this year, like these big guards, these big wing players, and neutralize them at his size, to me is impressive. Very, very impressive,
Uh-huh.
right? So, but let me ask this: how do you feel about the win last night with Reggie Bullock and Alec Burks stepping up?
They played great. I think that inconsistency kind of deals what I see on the court. I could be wrong. I'm not Jonathan Macri, who's very smart, and I always subscribe and watch the show and YouTube, Uncle
I'm
Freezy.
not, but I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. I appreciate
No, but one thing I've noticed is like by the end of the third quarter, Tibbs still hasn't put in the replacements in. I'm seeing guys getting gassed. I used to be very good as a defensive player, and when it came to my offense, I was kaput because I spent all my energy playing defense. And I think the thing is that it's hard to ask players, unless you're Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, one of those elite, to which we don't even have close on this team, is to give me the same production that you did on defense that you're going to do on offense. And I'm seeing it with Frank. I'm seeing it with Alec Burke, and I'm seeing it with Reggie Bullock, where they expend so much energy on defense that the offense is going to naturally suffer. And that's why I think the slump with Frank before it was that his legs had no lift to it because he spent all his energy trying to lock down the team's best player. That's my that's my uh that's my answer to it.
Yeah, that's legit. Yeah,
so
that's
so
I
the,
mean,
the re-
Bullock
oh,
and Burks are both averaging above 25 minutes a game. Burks is averaging 25 and a half. Bullock's averaging a little bit over 27.
Right.
So, I mean, I think there's definitely something to that but it's like you can't you're not going to be on the floor for any amount of time if you're not holding your own on the defensive end of the floor, which is why Kevin Knox hasn't been able to get time, and why
Obi's getting snatched within 2 minutes. I mean, let's keep
yeah,
that real.
but right now I think it's generous that he's getting. I shouldn't say generous. That's the wrong word because that there.
No, you're right, but you're right. You're right.
Yeah, but if you're gonna be a solid, smart organization, like you can't. I don't think that they should pull the plug on Obi right now. That's just my 2 cents. I think.
Oh, I agree with that.
I think the 8 to if there was a G League right now going on and that was an option, I would say different story. But I think you continue to give him, even if it's 8 to 10 minutes a game. I think you continue giving him that time, and you try to let him work out some of these things. But like, other than him, there's no one else out there who's giving the minutes. That's not really producing on the defensive end of the floor. So.
yeah,
And let's be
I'm
real.
frustrated about the Obi thing though. And
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. So when asked
that's the elephant in the room.
when asked about Obi Toppin, summertime freezy, and I'm just referencing back before the preseason and all that stuff, said, "Hey man, this dude Obi Toppin, based on what I'm hearing, like all the hype surrounding this kid, he might get his number retired here, bro. Based on people like, oh, he's ready. He's a one of the one percenters in terms of athleticism. You know what I'm saying?
I think his
And
numbers will be retired because I don't think they ever want to see that number ever again.
Again,
I think that boy
right.
is trash.
Right, and so that's
look,
what I'm
look.
getting. CP, let me finish. So the thing I'm getting at is now that we've seen Obi on the floor, it in my opinion is this, and I know it's unpopular in the Knicks universe, and I'm sorry, but I think Obi Toppin may be and is heading towards being the worst first round draft pick of this generation, behind Frank Ntilikina. And the reason why I say that is this, and I know it's early. And so I'm not bashing the kids. I know it's early, but early returns for all of the draft picks, like with Frank Ntilikina, you knew Frank Ntilikina had at least one discernible skill. Like if you ask the organization, why are you putting Frank on the floor? You could say, well, his offense is raw, but there is a lot of defensive potential there for Frank. And with Kevin Knox, you could say, well, he looks clueless, but if all these offensive things come together, he may be a decent rotation player. With Obi Toppin, you ask the question, what discernible skill does Obi Toppin bring to the table? What discernible talent does he bring to the floor? And the question is still wide open after 42 games.
Yes.
Here's what I'll say.
So.
No, it's early, but the thing I think you have to take into account with Obi is that and I've been sounding like a broken record with this for it feels like months now.
Yeah, many broken records. Don't worry about it.
we still haven't seen Obi in the situation that he was drafted to be in, which is when they drafted him. It's no secret they wouldn't have drafted him if they thought that Julius Randle was going to be this version of the player that we got. And
Absolutely.
The reason they drafted Toppin is to be essentially the guy who was going to take over for Randle and be the focal point of the offense, because that's what he was at Dayton. You can't tell me that it's going to be a smooth transition for a guy to go from, I know technically he wasn't the highest usage player in college basketball last year, but for all intents and purposes, there was nobody in college basketball last year who had the offense run through him as much as Obi Toppin did. And literally there was not a possession that went by where there was not an attempt to go through him in the post. And whatever came of that, came of it. To go from that to go down the court, run in the corner, and 1 in every 3 possessions, we're gonna maybe get you the ball at the top of the key, and then maybe 1 out of every 2 or 3 of those possessions, you're gonna get a chance to do something with it. And that transition, as much or more than the transition from the A10 to the NBA, I think is why we're seeing what we're seeing from Toppin. I'm not ready to throw dirt on the kid's grave before I see him in the role. Like, let's just see him for a little bit. And I haven't even touched on the biggest part, which is that you should, if you drafted the guy, you're supposed to put him on the floor with 4 shooters and put him in the pick and roll so he could do, because that's what I think he does have one elite skill, and I think it's finishing. And you can't teach his ability to get up and just get vertical. And I understand we've had now a couple plays over the last few games where he's tried to, he got blocked by
the rim.
He got blocked by the rim.
It was the rim.
But he also got blocked by a physical human person a few games ago. And then he lost the ball on the way up. And I think he had last night, there was another moment where it's just, he's struggling right now and he's forcing it and he's not in his comfort zone. I want to see him.
He looks uncomfortable. Yeah, he looks uncomfortable.
He is uncomfortable. He's completely out of sorts.
But the thing about
hold on, Kev.
Wait a minute, CP. Wait a minute, 1 second. When Derrick Rose got in, he did unlock a little bit out of him. So we also have to take that into consideration. Austin Rivers wasn't making him look good. And can't really say DSJ and Frank Carley, got out there. But when those guards got out there, they weren't helping him. At least Derrick Rose was trying to help him, telling him where to be. Now on defense, you're totally right. There's so much that you could tell, a player, on defense. But on offense, Rose was telling him, "Yo, get right here. I'm going to get you the ball." And we saw what he was doing. What Rose was doing with that as well.
Man,
So
I want to say this.
So all I'm going to say is I'm not going to give up on a kid. For as much as people piled on Frank Ntilikina, I'm not going to pile on this guy. I'm not.
But we saw flashes.
Hold on. Wait.
Go ahead,
Here's the thing. You guys make valid points, but here's the point. The science that is missing. Yes, at Dayton he did all those things, but he was a man playing against boys.
Yep.
Because let's remember, he's 23 years old. He's not 19, 20, and he wasn't doing that as a freshman. And the thing, Kev, is that, when you play basketball, I know you look like you're probably 5'7" or something like that.
I'm 6'4". Thank you very much. I'm just kidding.
Everybody is 6'4" on the internet.
Okay, well, yeah. The thing is that when you're playing basketball, whether you're the role player, the glue guy, you're doing something to help your team win. Rebounding. He's not a rebounder. He has this uber athleticism, but he can't get a rebound. That is problematic for me.
Right.
Blocking shots. Scott. Remember when we had that guy Kenny Wooten?
Yeah.
I mean, that guy was just, he jumped out of the gym. He's blocking shots. You know what I mean? You saw those.
But he had a
but he had effort.
Right.
The thing about Obi is, his positioning in the paint, stuff like that. His willingness to stay out there in the 3-point arc and just sit there when the ball goes up. He's whether it's on offense or defense. You know what I mean? It's like he's not even going. It's like you can make some type of impact. Not just on offense. This is what I like. I believe basketball is a full circle. People worry about points. I love defense. You know what I mean? And my thing is that the thing is that I would give him a pass if he was 18, 19, 20 years old. But at 23. Nah, man. Nah, I'm sorry.
So you want to get rid of him. You want to get rid of him.
No.
I want to get rid of him. I want to get rid of him.
Okay, that's your
I'll get rid of him.
Okay.
I'll get killed for it.
Say,
I don't care.
No, I will say this. I'm gonna and then I actually got to run. But last thing I'll say on Obi is if there was a trade out there where you could get real value for him at this point, just because, again, the situation has changed from when you drafted him. If someone was willing to pay you, 80 or 85 cents on the dollar for Obi Toppin, is there a possibility that can come back to buy you? Yes. Would I do that? Would I strongly consider that, depending on the deal and depending on what I was getting back? Absolutely. I think it would be negligent not to. That said, the only other thing I want to say is, yes, he's older. Obviously, he's older.
Right.
But his development track going back to high school has always been not what is the norm for players his age, because he wasn't a varsity player until his senior year of high school, didn't get recruited at all, redshirted obviously a season at Dayton. So even though, yes, he is older, if you look at the growth that he made over the years, including at Dayton, because don't forget, he didn't even start games until midway through his first season at Dayton. I just think if you're looking at what he's doing right now and you compare it to how he's tracked along, I don't think it's out, like, it's crazy to assume that there is going to be a leap coming. That said, I think the danger is that he is the guy I'm going to compare him to, a different type of player, but just stay with me for a second. Jahlil Okafor, right? So Jahlil Okafor came in. He was a high pick in the draft because he's like this. Everybody was like, this guy's going to be the most polished offensive big man since Tim Duncan. And actually, if you go back and you look at his rookie year in the NBA, he averaged like a lot of points, and like the offense was running through him, and he got the ball enough and he got enough reps to where you could look at it and be like, okay, I maybe could kind of see it. And then after a little while, you realize, no, he's not efficient enough. He's not the level of playmaker, and most importantly, he's not the level of defender where you could justify funneling an entire offense through that guy. And then once that ship sailed, it became clear that, oh shit, if you're not funneling your entire offense through this guy, he's maybe not an NBA player. That's my biggest fear with Toppin, is because now we're at the point where we're trying to figure out, okay, what is he as a 15 to 20 minute a game guy who is playing in bench units, and like, I don't know the answer to that question. And if you're telling me he's never going to be able to adjust from the role he had at Dayton, where he was the focal point of the offense every time down the floor, to a role of a more big player, I can't tell you you're wrong. But I'm not ready to say that definitively yet. But again, I'll go back and repeat myself, which is why if there is a deal on the table, and I don't think there is, and I don't even think they're entertaining any deals for Toppin. I just want to be absolutely clear about that. But like in theory, if there was something, where you could get real value for the reasons I just explained and for the reasons you just said, CP, I think it would be worth looking into. And on that note, I hear my wife in the other room calling me. I have to run.
Hey, Jonathan, real quick. I've
What's
been on this Terrence Ross thing. I really would like to have him here. Is he somebody that could fit with us?
Kev, the man gotta go, man.
I'm just asking questions.
Listen, I'll answer this real quick. I really like Terrence Ross, and I really like Terrence Ross specifically because if you look at what shooters have gotten on the free agent market this past summer, if you look at what Gary Trent Jr. is probably going to get this coming summer.
Oh, he's another dude. Yeah.
I mean, he's awesome, but again, that guy's going to be $16, $17 million a year. Terrence Ross makes $12 million for each of the next 2 years. So I think he's a good value contract. He doesn't tie up your cap sheet for too long. He makes really, really difficult threes. He shoots off of movement. I think he would open up something in their offense. That said, I think it's like you could have the same conversation about Terrence Ross and you could have about 24 other players in the league, which is like the asking price at this point is probably going to be more than I want to pay. And if the question comes down to me giving up if I'm Knicks, giving up a real thing for Terrence Ross, or using one of these 3 picks that I have in this upcoming draft on a shooter, because there are shooters in this draft class. And in particular, I know he's not everybody's cup of tea, but Corey Kispert from Gonzaga, you want to talk about a guy who's going to be a Joe Harris clone and is going to be able to do real stuff on offense and do it while making $3 million a year based on probably where he's going to get drafted. Like, again, I know I was the one saying, like, Terrence Ross, like, get me Terrence Ross. I would rather do that instead because I think, like, but again, we'll see what they do with these picks, if they package them, if they try to trade them. So,
hey, let me get my moment real quick. I just want to, hey, y'all, hold on for me for just a second. So first of all, I just wanted to say, so Mac, thank you for coming on, man. I really enjoy your work. My only, if I had to choose a nitpick, my only deal is the Knicks Film School letter. I wish I could get that a little bit earlier. You know what I'm saying? To read that in the mornings. That's the only thing. Like, come on, bro, stop being a slacker. You need to send it like 4 o'clock in the morning.
4 in the morning, yeah. You know, it's funny. I've been finishing them at night, and I just set the time for 6 a.m. Maybe I'll set that for earlier.
Right. And so man, I feel like no lie, man. So I get requests from a lot of different people, like to come on the Knicks Morning Drive, or for me to go over and visit, other places. I do kind of watch, kind of not be all over the place. It's just, how I am. I guess it's funny. I'm funny that way. But I really do appreciate the fact that you come on, man. It brightens up the day for the Knicks fans that you come on and hang out with a small group like us and talk about this team that we love with all our heart, even though they don't deserve it. We do it anyway. Like you know,
But
and
but
the
fandom but
work.
fandom isn't about deserving. You're a fan or you're not a fan, and that's why I laugh so much with like this Max Kellerman nonsense when he goes on and he's like,
Oh,
how could you and not to get into a Max Kellerman thing, but like how could you go stick with this team and like look, man, asking me if I'm gonna stick with a team through thick and thin is like asking me if I'm a sociopath or not. Like
right,
I don't have that choice. Like
right,
you either are or you're not. For me if it's in your blood, if it's really in there, you don't like you can't abandon that. Like you
right,
like that's weird to me. That's just like strange.
right,
So to me, I love coming on a show like this and just talking because these are real fans. Like these are people who like
are
I
passionate,
am,
bro.
and that's where I'm at. That's always where I've been at. That's why I do what I do. But yeah, man, I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, man. Hey, and so for one, I want to tell everybody in the chat, make sure y'all subscribe to Knicks Film School on YouTube. Make sure you check those. Make sure you sign up to get the Knicks Film School letters via email because they're dope, right? Make sure
I
you
appreciate
follow
it.
Macri. Make sure you follow Macri on Twitter. And check out the podcast. They come on every morning. He has this dude sometimes, a dude, the coincidence. I would
Oh,
love to
Jeremy, yeah,
chop
every
it up.
Monday, man.
Yeah, I would love to chop it up with him because I feel like he's smart and dangerous at the same time. Because
He is.
he'll
He's both
say
of
some
those.
things.
He is both. He's a lot smarter than me. He is both smart and dangerous. I agree with that.
Yeah, but hey, man, thanks again for coming on, man.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to the
Thank you.
with the new addition, man. And when I legit say the Lawrence Tears family loves you and look forward to you coming on, man, I really, really mean that. That's not cap. You know what I'm saying? We're not just like, just saying fluffy things in order for you to come on. We really look forward to your presence in the in the Knicks universe because we feel like you have an expanding footprint in the Knicks universe. I mean, sometimes, no lie, sometimes I think I think you asked Julius Randle a real fluffy question one time in a post game thing, and I
I'm
wanted
just,
to joke with you about it, but I never get the opportunity to.
I'm just trying to get that dude to unblock me. That's all it is, man.
Was it Julius Randle? I was watching the MSG thing, and I know you got to go, but I was watching the
Forget who.
MSG YouTube video, and so the lady said, I have so there a question from Jonathan Macri from Knicks Film School, and I was like, yes, we made it, we made it, we made it. Macri gets to ask questions in the post game. But anyways, man, thank you for coming on, man. We love you, bro. And as soon as this pandemic thing is over, we definitely have to hang
Yes,
out somewhere and do something.
100%. Thank you for having me on. It's an honor. Honestly, I'm not deserving of any of these kind words, but
Oh, whatever. Man.
it's appreciated. Yeah, man, we'll talk soon. Okay.
Do you have any features? Something you want to plug before you go?
Nah, just follow me on Twitter. All my stuff's on there.
Yeah. All right, brother. Hey, thank you for coming on, man. Y'all have a good day.
Adios, brother. Be well.
All right.
That was dope. That was dope.
Hey, sorry about that. I just had to get. I wanted to let y'all chop it up with Matt, but
yeah, I'm glad you did.
But I just wanted to get some time with a man to just to do those things because the Knicks Film School does put out quality work, and when somebody puts out quality work because there are a lot of people out there putting out work. All of it's not quality, right? All of it's not quality, and I ain't gonna call names. I'm just let it rock. But when somebody does quality work, you want to make sure you give them their flowers. It's the reason why. Speaking of which, CP the artist is here.
The man with the plan. The man with the plan.
Look, listen, man. I am grumpy this morning as usual.
Why are you grumpy? Our boy did work last night.
First of all, Kev, you need to make up your bed before you can get on the TV. That's
man.
number one. The thing is, like, Breezy.
I don't have a painting like yours, man.
Breezy, I work late. I wake up early.
Right.
And that's why I'm cranky in the morning.
Right. So So the thing is with CP, and for those that don't know, um, I'm not really an expert at branding or YouTube or any of this stuff. I am, however, an expert at being a Knicks fan, right? So what happens is in situations when I need help to do stuff, I'm always like, no, 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 I got it. I'll create my own logo. I'll do my own branding, man. I'm good. And people are like, nah, man, listen, no, I'm crazy. Understand? And this is what people say to me. Understand you feel like you got a level of success by doing all the stuff that all the little bit that you've earned in life, you feel like you did it by yourself. And not really. But I feel I have confidence in myself, right?
Mhm.
But at some point, sometimes you have to reach out to others that are talented, right? And they have a proven track record of doing excellent work. So CP said something to me about branding, and I was like, dude, I don't want you to put hot metal objects on my arm. I don't want to be branded, right? And so people are like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to. But the thing is um um I worked with CP and asked him a whole bunch of novice questions, like legit. Like I talked to CP via text message, via email, over the telephone, via this virtual chat, video chat about the branding thing because I didn't understand it. What I wanted was one thing. When I wanted something iconic,
Yeah.
right? Like when you see the Supreme logo, you know what it is, right? When you see the Nike swoosh, you know it's something iconic,
When you see
right?
our logo, when you see our logo.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Well, like when you see a Yankees hat, when you see the
Mhm.
Yankees logo, it's
Mhm.
it's iconic. Nothing else needs to be explained once you see that image. And so I talked to CP about that, and that's the reason why I took my time. I was like, I don't want the basketball with the crown on it,
Mhm.
right? I don't want I don't want that level of throw something together just to have a logo. What I wanted to do was um, have a dream of where I wanted to be in a few years and work backwards from that. And so 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 I talked to CP about that, and he designed some stuff, bro, that kind of blew me away. Like I had an idea of what I wanted to do,
Mhm.
bro, but you have no idea what your thoughts look like after you put them in the hands of an expert. And so put my
Appreciate that.
stuff put my stuff in a hand. Dude, CP, can you please check your ego, man? Can you please not become an egomaniac this morning, CP the artist?
What do you mean? Check my email right now.
No, so CP the artist is like, yeah, talk more, Freezy. Talk more about how good I am. Talk more about how good I am, and say some more.
I'm like I'm multitasking, man. I'm always on the clock, trying to make that money. But yeah, the process was fun to do with you because I believe in your brand and I believe um where it's going, and I believe that where I wanted to place you was with everyone else. And so I wanted to create a logo that was going to be timeless to the brand. I asked you 5 questions and you responded me, and I was like, okay, I think I know where I'm going to go with this. And you had a vision and you told me things that were important to you. And so I had to take everything into account and I had to do this logo for the fans, for the fans that are of your show, because they rock with you, and that was the goal. That was the goal with it. So I felt like it was made with your personality in mind and the format of the show.
Okay, man. I appreciate that. I wanna do something here. I'm not a tech wizard, right? I'm not a tech wizard, but what I want to do though is see if I can show everybody um a couple of the logos that we'll be rocking with going forward. And the reason why I wanted to show these here and roll them out is because I believe in the strength and power of collaboration, right? Like brothers legit getting together, and doing it. GI, what's good?
Why you
Like,
hyping this guy CP to bum up, man? This guy CP ain't nothing, bro.
oh wow,
He's washed up, man.
wow. Nah, my
My
man,
haters, man, I tell you.
my man legit did. Hey, man, he did. So my
Let me tell
man
you.
legit did a great
Let me
job.
tell you. You know, it's funny. I haven't seen Ghetto in a minute. You know what I'm saying? I thought we buried the hatchet, but I guess I got buried the hatchet in his neck.
You want to bury it? You want to
Wow.
bury it in my back? You want to bury it in my
Yeah.
back?
Hey, so I want to. So while we do, I want to show. I'm going to remove everybody real quick, and I'm going to show just a couple of other logos real quick that CP worked on, and so we're going to try to put the branding on everything. I'm just going to do it just really quick, just to show, just to show everybody what we're talking about, and hopefully we can do some merch and all kind of stuff. So yeah, be patient with me as I roll this out, y'all. So I just wanted to show those, man.
Yes, listen, I could wear that teardrop, that orange teardrop, just the teardrop.
Told you, CP.
Man, I could rock that, when I go down to Orlando and everything, and people will probably ask questions, and I'll be like, yo, this is the blood, sweat, and tears that we go through with our Knicks.
Well, told you, CP, what I told you. The first,
I love it.
The first ounce of feedback from the stuff that's seen is the Lawrence tier. CP, I told you, man. Now I told you when I first saw it. I told you it was dope. Hey, go ahead, G.
I want to make a suggestion. I like the number one that said blonde tears,
right.
And if you could then put the orange tear at the end of it, married two together. That would be. So that was just until, and then soon you could spin off to just the teardrop, but you want to tie the two together until the teardrop becomes real, you know what I mean? Give it some fame. And once it gets that, it'll have its own branding, and then the orange tear will stand alone. But that is dope.
That teardrop is fly. That teardrop is fire.
And that is ours too, by the way. Those are the logos and the creations from CP the artist with a little bit of collaboration from myself. It just show you that brothers can work together. Brothers can work together and put out something without ego that'll be fire for the masses.
And the thing about it, Freeze, with that teardrop, you can go to a Knicks game, and I guarantee you, all the Knicks fans will know what that is.
Ben, what I tell you, CP? Told you.
Yeah, you did.
That is tight, CP. That is tight. That is tight.
Yeah, man.
I can show that to my wife, and she would know what that is.
I can't wait to see that like on a hat, embroidered or something like that.
Right. And so we're gonna work on that, but it's one step at a time. We had to get something that we all feel comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? Feel confident in. And then we can move to other stuff. Like the first thing I wanted to do is change the overall branding on our social media platforms so that people can see the new logo and stuff. such. And listen, and what I wanted to do was clear the air about others because legit, no lie, over the past 3 months, 4 months, I've gotten about 900 submissions for the logo. About 900. It's about more, maybe more than 900, but some of them look the same. So I'll say about 900 submissions for what the logo looks like. And to me, if that sounds like crazy talk to y'all, man, listen. The Lawrence Tears fan, people believe in this Lawrence Tears thing, and they submit stuff for us to use because they want us to grow as a family. This right here, though, is the direction that we'll go in just because it looks cleaner on our social media footprint and probably on apparel and other stuff, right? But man, what I wanted to say though is this: we'll move forward with the logo and the branding and such. Do some apparel because I know other YouTubers do merch and all that stuff, and have intros that are fire and all that stuff. I just wanted to make sure that because growing is important to me, but like I told CP last night, I want to make sure that we grow correctly. I would rather grow slow as opposed to going out doing stuff fast and then having to retrace our steps to correct errors that we made along the way. Because to me, in my opinion, that's no fun, right? So that, in my opinion, that's no fun. But now that we're here, you know you're gonna see us roll out with some stuff for those that were being patient. Like, yo, how come you don't do merch? Hey man, all that stuff soon come. It's just we just wanted to make sure that we did it the right way. Reem, what's good?
What's up, bro?
How you
Hey,
feeling, Ray? Good to see you, man.
What's up, Kev?
Hey, everything's
What's up,
hey,
everybody?
man.
C Ghetto.
What's up,
What's your
Dynamos? How you
vision?
feeling, man?
Good man, good man. Good win yesterday, man. So I
Yeah.
woke up in good spirits, man. I was in good spirits since the game finished yesterday, man. I've been in good spirits since, man. So I'm happy about
Yeah,
it.
man. Hey, so I want to throw something out here real quick also. So for those that haven't, make sure y'all check out Knicks Freestyle. So we have a video out right now, dog. It is pure entertainment. When I tell you the interaction between Free Keith and Ghetto Intellect is something, dog.
Yo,
It is something else.
I watched it. I
didn't
watched
watch
it.
it yet. I didn't
I
watch
watched.
it yet.
I watched it. And I gotta know. Were they both smoking before the show? Because their eyes were both low, man.
I take the fifth.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I'm gonna put the link to it. I'm gonna put the link to it in the chat so that y'all can check it out when you get a chance. I'm
Man,
really I'm
you
really
need yo man, you need a piss test your correspondence report.
hey
Hey, look.
man.
Hey, listen. 7 o'clock start time is a dangerous one. We don't unwound from work. I still got my tie on. I'm like,
All right, right,
this a little tricky.
right, right. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, man. The thing was fun. I won't lie to you. The Lawrence Tears thing, man. When you have like a cat like CP the artist doing your branding and stuff, and then you have people doing shows on the channel, like that's legit a show, bro. That's a show. That's TV for people. Nick's Freestyle. Y'all check that out with Free Keith in the Ghetto Intellect. That's man, it's like an hour, but when you turn it on, the hour goes by so fast. You're like, damn, they wrapping up already. You know what I'm saying? It's like legit, like a TV show. And so we have a lot of stuff like that soon come. So a lot of that stuff is on the way. More versions of that. We'll probably put something out, another Nick's Freestyle, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? And we have some other stuff. But what I really want to talk to y'all first about is, or next about is, do y'all believe that Kevin Knox and Frank Ntilikina will be here a week from today? Do you feel like one of the current Knicks is going to be on the move?
I think Frank will be here. Don't know about Knox.
I agree with
How
Kev.
Yeah. Cat, how you feel about Frank yesterday?
I plead the fifth.
Right.
Hey man,
I had
hey,
to,
hey,
I
hey,
had
hey,
already
to,
know
Reem,
how
hey,
you
Reem,
feel.
I
hey,
had to
Reem,
answer my
hey, Reem.
last thought, man.
Hey, Reem, I've had a what's that
I,
thing? A
He
Da
didn't
Vinci.
sleep last night, man. He didn't sleep last night. He
Yo,
jumped out of
I
bed
did
and
not.
got on the. He jumped out of bed and got
Hey,
on the video, and he was like, he was amped.
hey, CP. The hypocrisy is all over my face. I'm calling myself a hypocrite. I know nobody wants to call
yeah.
themselves that. I call myself a hypocrite.
listen, Kev. All I want to say is, man, I feel like you're entitled to feel what you want to feel, and you know, we all have standards, you know.
Right.
So
But
That's a
see,
fact.
here's the
Oh,
difference. You
here comes the diff.
you never gave you never gave up faith in Julius Randle
right,
at all. You never wavered off, off him.
right,
Now we didn't talk last year and everything. We
right,
talking this year and everything, but you've never wavered off. I
right.
was that guy that wavered off, Frank, and I shouldn't have.
Well,
I
the
really
thing,
shouldn't have.
right, right. Well, the thing is to how you felt. I mean, it was 4 straight games of 0 points. You know, at some point, you either feel something or you're not a fan of the team. Like, so
That's a
you're
fact.
not you're in a situation where, like, because the problem the problem is that we are winning games. We are sort of in win mode. Every loss doesn't feel like last year or the year before.
No, no.
You feel it now.
Mhm.
So every loss, you see it and you feel it. So it's like, wait a minute. You can only tolerate after a while. You only tolerate so much. You look how much the team look how much the team celebrated when Reggie Bullock proved himself in the last second, and everybody was in celebration, and it was a whole big thing, bro.
Mhm.
This situation. So when Frank Ntilikina, you're not winning games because of Frank Ntilikina, and he has a reason to it. And he was, but so you know
Keep talking.
you're there, like you're feeling the whole. Listen, man, we need you to step up. What the hell are you doing now?
Yeah.
Maybe
Can I
I'm just gonna
interject
say
for
this
a
one
second?
thing, and then I'm gonna give it to you,
Okay.
CP. The
hmm
problem was no contribution on the offense, and I would have probably changed the words a little bit more, but I think you were right to feel annoyed, frustrated, disappointed, and everything extra. Now, maybe you took a little bit step too far, saying I'm done with it. I mean, there are times where we're done with somebody and we're really not.
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
that's what I will say to your point. So, you know, you have the right to be very upset with Frank, very disappointed, very frustrated, annoyed, everything that comes with it, because, bro, everybody is putting up something, doing something, and Frank was showing up with air balls, 0 points. That's not acceptable basketball, especially not now anymore.
Yeah.
So,
On a professional level.
yeah,
Yeah. On a professional level.
Time out, time out. My thing is this. Okay, yeah. Last 4 games, 0 points. But how many points did he give up to Kyrie Irving? How many points did he give up to the Brooklyn Nets on the player that he was guarding? See, we always contribute that little box score of points that equal winning. But what was the takeaway that Frank does? Why is it that he has the best plus minus on all those games that we're referring to? Everybody want to look at these stats of the 0 points, but we don't get back in the Brooklyn game without Frank playing defense on the best players. You know, Kyrie Irving, he did foul out that game, whatever. But you gotta be a blind man not to see what he did. Let's go to the Philly game. The Philly game, he was
Mhm.
very good defensively. OKC, it was a a stinker, and it was like the point I made earlier about um, Alec Burke and Reggie Bullock. they're asked to play a lot of defense and contribute offensively. There is only a handful of players in the whole NBA history that could have equal defensive presence and an equal offensive presence. One of them I can name was Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, and they're not on this team. So the thing is that when you're expending all your energy in an NBA game to fight through defenses, and try to lock down your man, your offense is going to struggle. I used to play. I used to play.
That's a
I
fact.
was
That's a fact.
and so the thing is that yeah, he has 0 points, but the thing is like we look at Quickly, who is a bright spot, but if he scores 21 points on 21 shots, that's not a good shooting performance. And Frank is like, yesterday was a perfect microcosm, right?
Yeah.
Very bad first half. In Thibodeau's thing, if you're not producing, I'm going to sit you. So yeah, he was probably 0 for 6. He was 0 for 16. But if you think 0 for 16, divide that by 4, that's 4 shots. You don't even get a split off, as a player until you get like maybe 10 shots up. So it's nitpicky. Yeah, is he a disappointment? Overall as an 8th pick, yeah, he is. I'll give people that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that at his age and what he delivers on defense, hey, I thank him for it.
So again, I was out of pocket for feeling the way I felt, for going out the way I did. That was out of pocket.
My whole thing is, I just want to say something real quick, and I'm going to give it to you guys. I'm a fan of this version of Frank. Frank, who is attacking on offense, who's getting to the paint, shooting corner threes, and versus the whole playing lockdown. Look, if it's okay, I get it. That's a great point, CP, about against Harden and Kyrie. But I don't want to deal with Frank like that. I don't want to have Frank with long stretches of going 0 points or only getting 2 points from Frank in 15. I like the minutes he got yesterday. He played like 27 minutes. I like the 13 points. I like the contribution. I like our team defense. We're top 5 in defense. So my whole thing is, if it's an emergency, I can deal with it. To your point, CP. But for every day, for 4 straight games, I'll lose my mind like Cornerstone Kev.
My position is, I am disappointed with Frank as an 8 seed, but when I compare him to Knox, I gotta admit that he is just head and heels above Knox. As far as working on the parts of his game he needs to work on, he is less timid on the floor. He's improving mentally and physically, and Knox already has all the physical tools. So that's what for me gives Frank a better pass, and it's just exciting to see him come in the game, trying to do what it is that he can do. He's not scared. Did you see him try to dunk that ball and look at the camera? You're seeing more swag coming from the kid, and I don't know if it's ever going to happen for him. But with Frank, unlike Knox, you can never say it's due to lack of effort. The effort he has given is just out of this world.
Yeah.
One thing that I had saw different yesterday versus the other games that I watched prior to was it was like he let the game come to him more. And he played a lot better when he let the game come to him versus when he's trying to be the aggressor and he's forcing. Because when he's forcing, you're seeing the outcome. But when he's letting the game come to him, it was just a lot smoother transition. And those points came, like you said, 13 came easy.
Yeah.
But
yeah, absolutely.
It was just a whole different ball game when it was like he felt like he had to get a bucket.
Yeah.
And it's sort of and like what I asked Jonathan Macri earlier about the lack of pick and rolls that the Knicks do. Like I watch a lot of NBA games besides the Knicks, and I see a lot of pick and rolls. we taken that away from our point guards. You know, put Frank in the pick and roll with a big man and watch him lob it up to the basket. If we go back to Mitchell Robinson's highlight films, how many of those highlights have where Frank is on the other side of the lob? A lot of them, a lot of them. And I think that when we don't give him an opportunity like that, I remember Mike Miller. There was a Summer League game, and I thought that we were going to see like a new Frank, where he put him in the pick and roll. He took little 15-foot jump shots, or he go for a three or something like that, and it was a beautiful sight. Sometimes, and even with the OB defenders, okay, I want to see OB more in the pick and roll, like Steve Nash and Omar Stoudemire used to do. You know what I mean? But I don't know why Tibbs is like the most smart mind and on our team and whatnot that he doesn't go to one of the most effective NBA plays and the easiest, the pick and roll. Take the mic, somebody.
Oh, I thought you were still talking.
Oh, okay. Hey,
I'm good.
CP, I just want to say that I like Frank's role. I like Frank's role with the team. I don't want him to get assists. I know a lot of people are talking about, oh, Frank only had one. I don't care about his. He's not even a point guard in my eyes. Okay, so I like his role. Yeah. Get on the floor, get buckets, get back on defense. We're gonna need your defense. So my whole thing is, I'm liking the way his game is being simplified. I know what he is. He's a defender. He's a winning. He's a great winning defender, team defender, and he could shoot the corner three. Yeah. I like that he went for the drive. Shout out to somebody who said that he tried to dunk over Vucevic, and that's a great point. That's all I want from him. That's it. I don't need anything else. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I don't need all this. Oh, you need to have 5 assists. Oh, no.
You got a boogie on somebody.
No. Give me his defense. He had 1 steal, 1 block, got 3 free throw attempts yesterday, and get your points. Make sure you get your points. I know that's gonna help the team. Your 13 points is gonna help the team, and your defense is gonna help the team. I'm not looking your way no more. I'm not looking his way. I'm like, wait a minute. Who else can help the team? Because obviously Frank is playing his role and he's playing it right. But I feel like people try to ask him to do too much, to average 5 assists, or he could play on ball, off ball, and to Tip's point, he's a versatile defender. On to the next guy to make their points.
People want the sexy. They want the sexy. They want the Instagram model. They don't want the cottage cheese mama that's gonna love you for life. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna do the hard and dirty work with your socks and your gloves. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. This coming from the guy who says
I'll be Marcus.
This coming from the guy who says he only dates top models.
Right. And so let me.
Hey, I'm a visual creature, man. You see, I'm an artist.
Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna just do this real quick and get out the way. So Herbo Barahona, thank you for the super chat. When we get a chip, they need to put a big tier instead of the basketball. Bam. Bam. Thank you for the super chat. So, but I'm gonna move out of y'all way, man. I just wanted to acknowledge that super chat. I'm here with y'all. I'm just working on some stuff, behind the tier.
Okay. Now, CP, you were starting a great point about Obi, and I kind of strayed from that conversation. There's been in this channel, there's been a lot of chatter about Obi. My whole thing with Obi, right? Honestly, I feel like it's hard for me to analyze Obi, and I'm not, because I feel like I'm getting too little minutes. Great production from Julius. I can't really look. My whole thing is, I feel New York City, New York Knicks, right, knows how to find power forwards. Yeah. I trust them. I've seen Porzingis. I've seen how the transformation of Julius Randle. and it's only a matter of time and I feel like I'm getting the combination of both with Obi in a matter of time. Not now. Right now, we only get 5 minutes from the guy, 10 minutes from the guy. But I
Don't forget
feel
about the
within time,
reintroduction to Amari.
right? Well, we signed Amari from 10 years ago, 8 years ago. So my whole thing is, it's only a matter of time where this organization knows how to work with Obi and better his game. It's right now this year. Hell no, I'm not right. Hell no, I don't stand a chance this year talking. But I believe within time, maybe at the end of this year, maybe after, or going into next season, I would anticipate a better version of Obi. But right now, the anxiety around Obi, it's warranted because I've had my fair share. But when I heard Lonzo Ball to the Knicks, I'm like, wait a minute, man, Lonzo Ball and Obi Toppin, that's a good conversation. But right now, it's just too hard. Julius Randle, 17 assists yesterday. I'm not looking at Obi at all. I was like, listen, Obi, hope you're doing good in practice because right now things are good over here.
Here's the thing, and I'll repeat myself so I'm consistent. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, if we had a point guard to unlock him, he'll be better. This and that. Yeah, I hear he only get 5 minutes a game. Yeah, I'm hearing, but this is what I'm not hearing, is that at your athletic ability, everybody's outworking you. I played before. And I had my role as, somebody had to get rebounds and block shots and so forth and so on. I had to grab a rebound. I had to snatch a rebound. If somebody was outworking me on the boards, I'm gonna sit. That's just what it is. If you have 5 minutes and look, a basketball game, you have a 24-second shot clock. In 5 minutes, you're going to have, 24 possessions, maybe, 20 possessions in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? You have to grab a rebound. You have to get a lot of the rebounds. You have to get a little putback dunks. You have to do the little things that even when your number is not called, the play is not called, you are doing something. I played on teams with guys that college stars, whatever. But I had to do my part. I had to do my part on the court, grab rebounds and put back dunks. When I used to dunk a long time ago. But the thing is that
what do you think about Obi yesterday's game?
It just looked weak. I looked at him and I was like, why are you just sitting there on the 3-point perimeter? And you're not crashing boards, and you're not doing like anything. And the thing is, it's like people know you can't shoot the three. Why are you out there? Why is he out there? I mean, come on. And
he hasn't shot the ball. He hasn't shot the three well so far this season. That's
yes.
But he got to stay confident in this game. In this NBA, you got to stay confident regardless of when you're knocking down your shot. But you got a point. But what do you think about when he was trying to post up? Who was he trying to post up? Was it Aaron Gordon?
No, not Aaron Gordon. It was the other guy, somebody that was coming off the bench. Was it Mobamba? Did he try to post up Mobamba?
Did they even give it to him?
Yeah,
he was trying. He was trying. Look, he was trying to listen. Yesterday's effort. I know you're talking because that's what you're talking about, CP. You're talking about effort, and he was after it. He caused a couple of turnovers where he really wanted it. So there was a couple of could have been at least 2, maybe 3, where he's trying to make a point because it wasn't just Frank trying to make a point yesterday. Obi too. Obi had some, but he didn't make his, and that's okay. But it's that drive you're talking about, CP. That is he trying? Does he really want it? Yes, he does. Yesterday he's looking like I'm not.
Okay,
I
so
think
Moses,
he's
go
talking
ahead,
about
man.
more on the offensive side of things, not defense. Because yes, he was there.
Oh, we're
He was
talking
assertive
offense. I'm talking.
defensively, but offensively, like he said, when you got a guy you know that don't shoot the three, that's just like when Rondo used to go to the 3-point line. We wasn't worried about Rondo shooting the three. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
when Rondo came inside that 3-point line, he can hit a mid range. He can attack the basket. So that, I think that's what he more so was talking about on the offensive side of things. Obi, those times when he's out there on the 3-point line, he could have been either setting an off ball for somebody, getting them open. He could have been slashing. I mean, so many other things he could have been doing. Then, you know what I'm saying, basically spacing the floor at that time and point.
My only concern with the role that Obi is in, I mean, technically he's really supposed to be backing up Randall. And if his production is on both sides of the ball are not up to the standards of what Tibbs wants, he's going to yank him out quickly, which in turn will tire out Randall. And that's why you see Randall, gas, because Obi's being taken out so quickly, and it's not and it's leaving Randall, to play like almost 40 a game. You know what I'm saying? So he's either I don't know. I don't know.
That's a double-edged sword, though.
Right.
If you leave him in, what's the chances of his team, running?
Right.
The team you playing against. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But if he take him out, he put Randall back in, he could probably, contain it a little bit, stay on top a little bit. But it's a double-edged sword. We just need more from more offense, to be honest.
You're absolutely right.
Here's my thing. Getting your body and your ready for a rebound is a technique. It's a technique that you practice. It's a technique that you study. The greatest rebounders, whether they're undersized or too tall or whatever, they know this technique. The problem that I have with Obi, it's not even with the offense, because I think that I give him a pass on the offense because as a young, even though he's 23, it will come. Hopefully it will come.
I agree.
The thing is just that. Remember David Lee?
Yeah.
David Lee was what, 6'8", 6'9"?
Yes, sir.
And he was leading the league in rebounding. We know that Obi could jump out of the gym. I want to see his rebound stats up, because rebounding is going to be second chance points. It's
right.
going to be taking away second chance points from the other team.
Yep.
Those are the things. That's all I'm asking for. I'm going to be patient that his offense is going to come. And like I said, I'm not into the sexy. I'm a Frank Ntilikina fan. I'm not into the sexy. If you look at the games that we've been in, we've held, close to 100 points, per game, whatever, and we don't even notice that no one is scoring. You know what I mean? It's just those little things I want to see from Obi with his athletic ability, which we know is undeniable. Use it. There's people who are less athletic than him that get rebounds, and that impacts the game. You know what I mean? So that's the thing that I'm just asking for. You know what I'm saying? I don't. That's it. That's it. And even like with Knox, right? We know Knox is he can shoot the three. You know what I mean? He's his potential is still there when it comes to offense. But we have always complained about his defense. How people would just run right by him. How people could just it's like his feet are in like quicksand and stuff like that. And it's
I think, I'm sorry. I think Kam Islamli, I think he's in the chat, whatever. I think they hit the nail on the head. He's playing scared, and that's how I feel when I see him. I think he's just playing scared. He don't want to mess up while he out there. You see what I'm saying? And then he it's just you could see it. Like CP said in the beginning, he looks timid.
Yeah. It's not like he has the reign like maybe Knox did when Knox first got into the league. Fisdale's right out there and he could do, whatever. Now it's like,
you know what
okay,
though?
go ahead.
I could say that about Frank plays timid, afraid to make mistakes and all that stuff. But the thing with Obi is like, look at him on the bench. Like on the bench, he's happy. He's like whatever. Da 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 da. I will say there is a mental aspect of it because even in the dunk contest, he acted defeated after a dunk. I was like, dude, bro, like you made a dunk. Act like you won this thing. The dude that he lost to acted like he won it, even though I thought his dunks were kind of mid.
Yeah, no comment.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And well, I'll take that back because man, a 6'3" dude jumping that high, that's freaking amazing. But anyway, I think that he needs to be unlocked, but I don't think that putting him out in this situation is just. I think it's just political. I think they can't show that he's a bust, so they're gonna put him out there for 8 minutes. I want to see more Knox. I want to see more Knox at this point than I want to see Obi.
Speaking of Knox, I don't know why, man, but I like the energy when Knox and Obi are on the floor together.
Yeah,
they got like a good team chemistry between those two when on the floor. I think.
But the thing about
that's light skin marriage.
Hey, I feel out of place because y'all lighter than me, man.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, for what you said, God Moses, if Knox isn't going to be out there, because you're right, I saw it in the beginning of the season. When the two of them were out there, they had some sort of chemistry going on. That's also because they was working out this summer. Now that Knox is taking out that picture, he's all he really doesn't have nobody because Austin wasn't getting in the ball. Rose is the only one that's probably was trying to show an effort of getting him involved. I mean, Quickly could, because Quickly's a gunner, which I'm not saying I'm not talking bad about Quickly. I love Quickly to death and everything, but his game is really predicated on him getting his shots.
This is crazy how hypocritical.
Hold on. Flag on the play. We was rocking and rolling real good until Kev brought up my boy. Like, I didn't disparage Frank Ntilikina at all. As a matter of fact,
I'm not disparaging.
I opened
Hey, what I do, man?
Kev and have his shine. And not only did I do that, I bought on a fan favorite, Jonathan Macri, so that he can gloat. So that Cornerstone Kev can gloat and be in his moment. And how he repay.
I didn't do anything.
You better not do that. You better not. How you gonna repay Uncle Breezy? You gonna try to go stay
you want me to go outside and get a switch, man?
Yes. Three of them and braid them together. Three of them and braid them together. And you know how I like my switch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So come on here and talk shit about Splash and Dash. You know how I feel about Splash and Dash. Splash and Dash is the backcourt of the future.
Yes, they are.
Right?
Yes,
Splash and Dash is the backcourt of the future. Please not let agree.
But if there's a way to tweak his game, just pass more. That's all I'm asking.
Bro.
Just pass.
Kev.
I know one of these three guys will agree with
you. He passes the ball. He's got the second most passes on the team.
Okay.
And he's missed games.
Okay.
He's got the second most amount of passes.
Who are we talking about?
Emmanuel Quickly.
Obi. Oh my God, that's hard to believe. That's hard to believe, man. He passes more than RJ.
Yes.
He don't pass the ball to Randall.
Right. The only person that passes ball on this team is Julius Randle. And I'm talking about the number.
Man.
And who's second?
Emmanuel Quickly.
No,
Those are facts.
I don't believe
But what I'm saying is,
RJ.
DC, what y'all are looking at is assists. And y'all looking at
And then
assists.
you got Rose when he
No,
was
I'm
healthy.
watching the game. I'm watching the game.
Rose has only played 10 games with us. Right? Rose has only
Right,
played 10
he
games
passed
with us.
more than Quickly.
No, he don't.
I think, hey, Freezer, you think a lot of those I know he was passing the ball a lot in the early season, but you think he's passing the ball at the same rate as now?
Bro, I'm gonna pull up the stat, and I'm gonna make it a graphic for y'all, because what y'all look at is in-game actions and box scores. You have to look at the number of passes. Like for instance, at one point, the person that passed the ball the most in the NBA was a dude that played center for the Denver Nuggets. He had the most passes of anybody in the NBA, and he was followed closely in second place by a power forward that plays for the New York Knicks. Y'all are equating assists with passes, right?
No. Let me say this. Having the most passes is not really a good stat all the time, because you might be passing up shots. You might be passing into a turnover. You might be just passing, just a pass, but it's not a good pass all the time. Sometimes you might need to take that shot. Sometimes you might need to go ahead and make that transition for whoever. But when you just passing the ball, that's not a good stat to have.
No. Yeah, look, Ram, you're falling into his trap. It's not a real stat. It's not a real stat, man.
Right. My whole thing is, I don't know if I've ever considered IQ a selfish player to be looking at the pass stat.
Exactly.
It's that, it's just.
He is a selfish player. Let's keep it real. Remember, hold on. That blowout that we had. What team that blew us out? San Antonio. Okay, yeah. He was 6 for 21. 6 for 21. He was like, I'm getting my points.
He was
yeah. He was like, hey, I'm getting my points. You know what I'm saying?
Where you at, Unc?
I think I'm gonna be honest. I think that's the game that even me too. I'm like, man, this guy is shooting a lot. I don't know if he's a selfish player. Because up to that point, I didn't think that he was chucking. Before that game, I'm like, okay, he's doing his part, and he's doing his part well. I think for many of us, that's the game that's like, whoa, what's going on with IQ now that he's taking so many shots?
Look. I used to play, right? I hated point guards like that. I absolutely hated, because I knew I wasn't going to get the ball to.
That's not a point guard.
And I hated people who had the ball and like that ball was going to go up before I even going to touch it. You know what I'm saying? Because I needed to get in the rhythm of the game. I had to, figure things out. You know what I'm saying? On the dude that's guarding me. You know what I mean? And quickly, and this is no knock on him, but the thing is, like, when Rose was alongside of him, it was a beautiful thing to watch. I thought it was absolutely beautiful because he was in his own element. Quickly was in his own element. And he was showing how effective he was, but I think people have to understand he is more Lou Williams than he is Chris Paul. You know what I mean? Let's keep it real. Like
I thought he was a little better. I thought he was a little better than Lou Will because he was passing just a little more than Lou Will. But right now it's. He's passing. He's. I don't know what. I don't know if he's going to shoot 20 times a game. I don't know.
I just want him to pass more. That's all. And that might improve, next year and everything. Right now, it's working, but I would just like him to pass more. That's all.
Or pass like the way he was early in the season, or mid-season. Because right now, when he put up 20 shots, I was like, wait a minute.
Hey, he got to do this right here. Take the mellow hoodie off.
Hey, yo, Unc don't want to hear that. Unc don't want to hear that.
But now he got the mellow hoodie on.
Uncle Freeze don't want to hear that. We can't tell him. Splash and dash.
Splash and dash. Splash and dash.
Splash
and dash is a real thing.
Splash
One dude splashes and the other dude dashes. And based on the way y'all are talking right now, I think
who passes?
Huh?
I said, who passes?
I'm on NBA.com right now. I'm in the glossary section. I'm gonna pull up this stat so that
trying to find that stat. See,
right? No, because I saw it. It was legit. It's legit. CP to R is fantastic.
Whose phone is that?
Yeah, y'all trying to get me. Okay. All right. But I want to pull up the stats so I can make it a graphic so that I can show y'all. Because what happens is we take some of these narratives are like a runaway freight train. Like Chuck B came on and said that, and shout out to Chuck B, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Chuck B is family. To
love
us.
Chuck, man. I love Chuck.
Chuck B said, Emmanuel Quickly's not a point guard. He's a combo guard. And Chuck B was voice, right? But Chuck B, when he said that, was absolutely wrong, right? Because in today's NBA, there are several versions of what a point guard looks like, right?
No.
Well, there's two versions. There's a scoring point guard, and then there's a passing point guard.
Right. What's the passing point guard?
Ricky Rubio. Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, Ricky Rubio. Yeah.
Right, because I disagree. I think Ricky Rubio is a floor general.
That's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
That is the same thing. A floor general is a passing point guard.
CP wiping his face like Malcolm X.
Ran amok. Let us pray. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Yeah, but no, I think there are different versions of and Tom Thibodeau said it in his press conference. He legit said there are different versions of point guard in today's NBA.
That's true.
And the faster we embrace this, the faster we will be able to not have these arguments about things that we can't control. You know what I'm saying? Because in today's NBA, like give you an example. In today's NBA, Damian Lillard is a point guard, right? And
yeah.
In the NBA 20 years ago, they would never have allowed that to happen. They would never have allowed a point guard to take 25 shots and shoot from way out there when he was shooting.
Well,
he would have been his name.
Penny Hardaway was 25 years old.
Yeah, Penny, you had AI. I disagree a little bit.
Nah, Penny Hardaway was not the 3-point shooter Damian Lillard is. Penny Hardaway was an excellent athlete, right?
Yeah, he's
excellent athlete. Excellent. I mean, well, that's what Tom Thibodeau said, because there's a difference between being a scorer at point and a 3-point shooter at point, right? And I know that sounds like it's semantics, but scorers at point don't care where they get their shot from, as long as they get their shot. 3-point marksmen like Dame Lillard, they are legendary at knocking down 3-point shots. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's legit a difference.
I see what you're saying. They still fall under the point guard, but I see what you're saying though.
All right, so what's Stephen Marbury? I mean, not Stephen Marbury. Scratch that. Stephen Curry. What's Stephen Curry?
He's what he's saying. He's a 3-point scorer.
Right.
Point guard.
Yeah, but he could take it in as well.
And also,
true.
Yeah.
Right. And to Stephon Marbury, to your example, was a different type point guard than John Stockton. And y'all know it's abundantly clear. Like
he averaged 20 and 8.
But Uncle
20 and 8.
Yeah, 28. But Uncle, you said when we said Rubio, you said he's a floor general.
Floor general, like Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a Chris Paul. I don't think John Stockton was a floor general. I think John Stockton was a pick and roll
He's like
point
the
guard.
face of a floor.
Nah, man.
Nah. Okay.
Man. Don't put no shame on his game now.
Hey, Freezy.
John Stockton is like the face of a floor general, yo.
Hey, Freezy.
Nah, he's the face of the pick and roll point guard. Because legit, the pick and roll offense was out since like the mid 70s. We used to see it, and we used to be like, man, that mess will never work. You got to move the basketball. You need motion in your offense, right? That's what we used to say back in the day. Like, you need to have motion. You need to have 5 guys constantly moving in order to create open looks and passing lanes for you to fit passes into to get good shots, right?
Okay, what was Kevin Johnson?
He was a downhill. Well, he was a downhill point guard. Like, if he ever got a matchup, like if he ever got a slow defender on him, he was attacking the rim all game, right?
Yeah, he was like Kenny. He was a combo guard.
Yeah, he would attack. He's gonna attack anytime he had the athletic advantage against the guy. He was gonna abuse that matchup. Period. Right? But
he set up his
team
team
quickly. Let's stay on quickly though.
Yeah, I was gonna do that too.
Now let's stay on point guard. let's stay on point guard. Point guard. I was saying that Quickly is not a point guard. And not only is he a point guard, Mark Berman has a quote. Mark Berman furnished a quote from the Knicks front office that says Emmanuel Quickly, and is furnished in the New York Post for those of y'all that want reference. Mark Berman said the Knicks front office is they're confident about Emmanuel Quickly being the point guard of the future. Yet we get on live streams and say, yeah, man, we need another point guard, man, blah, blah, blah. The Knicks are telling y'all that Emmanuel Quickly is the point guard of the future, but we are, as fans, are saying, no, the Knicks front office, they don't know what they're doing. They don't. Mark Berman,
I never said anything like that. I never said anything like that.
Mark Berman would just report trash. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come
on. Great point.
Great
point. I just want to add context to. Tip said that and about there are different versions of point guard. That was the beginning of the season. That's all I wanted to say. I want to put in context in case anybody wants proof of when did he say that. You can look at the podium. Tiz is being interviewed in the first, I think could have been preseason or before the first NBA game. He said what you said. You have different versions of point guards, and Emmanuel Quickly fits into like a Stephen Curry, and we do have a Draymond. You know, they have Draymond Green, who's a passing power forward,
right?
And then you have a shooting point guard. So that can work in New York, where you have a passing Julius Randle and a shoot first IQ. So I just want to put a little more context for the audience, so that we get your picture out.
But Moses and Freeze, what's wrong with asking if he can pass a little more?
I don't disagree. I don't disagree because even Steph Curry passes the ball well too. Yeah, Steph Curry is a great passer. A lot of people love his passing. So Trae Young, people love Trae Young's passing too. So Cornerstone Cab, I don't think you're asking for too much.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I love IQ, Uncle Freeze. I love IQ.
Splash and dash.
I love Splash.
Let me chime in. I don't disagree with some of the things that was said. I definitely don't agree with I don't know my man down here name. What's your vision for the Knicks?
Yeah, Ralph.
Ralph. I don't disagree with that.
Your name is too long, Ralph. Man,
I'm gonna fix it. You know what? I'm gonna fix it next time. Let me see if I can adjust it now. Let me adjust it real quick.
You might be.
Yeah. All right. So I don't disagree with that. I think when Tibbs said there's different variations of the point guard, we kind of already knew this. So I think he just made that statement and made it known. I think far as the GM saying that he's the future point guard, I think that's his hope and his vision for him. I don't think that's accurate right now. And like I told y'all, I think 2 podcasts ago, you can't really judge him in his first 82 games and think this is going to be the end all be all. He has to grow with the team.
Yeah.
So I think if their vision is for him to be, the point guard or whatever, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of growing along the way on what his role is supposed to be for the Knicks. But if he continue on the path that he's on, he's not going to be the future point guard that they're saying that he is.
I agree. But we had somebody similar to him, and his name was Alonzo Trier. You know what I mean? We love Alonzo Trier.
That's always going to be ACP. That's always going to be a mystery to me. That's going to be a serious mystery because he went from.
We love Alonzo Trier. He played point guard in Arizona. Quickly didn't play point guard in Kentucky.
Right.
He was a shooter guard. You know what I mean? And my thing is, it's like, yeah, you could probably turn him into a facilitator in the future. I think that's possible. If Julius Randle could get 17 assists last night, then of course we can make quickly a point guard of the future. But I think also we have to put these guys in positions to be successful. That's why I brought up the pick and roll thing earlier. It's like when we watched it kind of reminded me of Fizzo's offense. Fizzo was like dribble handoff. I'm like, come on, like with the dribble handoff. Like, come on, give us something. Open up a lane where the point guard could be more effective, and he could give lobs and so forth and so on. And let's be honest, like we've seen quickly give beautiful lobs to New Orleans Noel, who I believe belongs in the WNBA, not the NBA, where he plays. But he doesn't catch him. He doesn't catch him. And he's also playing with where he was playing, in the second unit with Obi. We already talked about is inefficient. So we could say that Quickly has been hampered by mediocre talent in the second unit, and then when he played in the first unit, we don't have enough sample size of what he could really do, especially where the offense, no matter whether it's Frank, whether it's Peyton or whatever, the offense runs through Julius Randle.
Right.
He'll take the ball up 94 feet and try to make a play for somebody or for himself. And last night his assist numbers, it was like he was the point forward. Julius Randle is our point guard. Let's just keep it real.
Let's call it like it is.
It's a LeBron type of thing.
I would say
Draymond Green type of thing. Yeah, Draymond Green.
Yeah, I forgot Draymond Green does the same thing. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Hey, so if you like what you hear, subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button for the live stream. Join the
I love the ticker, man.
Join the video chat. Share on your social medias. We're looking to grow the Blorens Tiz family. Hey, y'all, we got a logo now. We're branded now, so we can. So today I'm gonna work on some stuff with the help of CP the artist. So we're gonna change some things around here. So make sure you continue to try to grow the family. We're going to continue to try to bring on dope guests per the usual stance. We don't look to just bring on anybody or everybody. We want to make sure that we bring on people that are like-minded, relevant, that bring different points of view to the conversation, and that are dope, and that have a growing footprint in the Knicks universe.
Yeah. Hey, right? Guys, we have 78 people watching, and we only have 51 likes. Let's get those likes up.
Yeah, man. Hey, yeah, man. Y'all smash that like button for your mans. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We do a great conversion. Like 77% of the people that come and see us clown around subscribe to the channel. So what we want to do is get to more people so that we can, continue to grow the channel and put out better content, doper content for everybody. So just keep that in mind. Share it with your friends and all that stuff so that we can continue to grow. Raphael, Julius Randle had 17 assists last night, bro.
Yeah.
You remember in our offseason conversations, you and I were the only ones. You remember we used to have about 150 people on the live stream, right? About 150 people on the live stream, man. We used to be like, yo, y'all calm down on Randle, man. Randle only needs to, but like you were saying that he needs to be pass the ball more to guys, right? And I was saying
extra passes too,
right? And I was saying that you need to upgrade the talent around Randle and make him the franchise player. You remember those conversations we had back
right.
in October?
I remember that the 25. You think he could be an all-star this year?
Right.
It started a segment. He could be an all-star this year.
Yeah.
And you think that he could possibly average 25 and 13, and that you can't find that anywhere.
Right. No.
You can't
think
find
about that. 25, 13, and 6. Think about that.
Now he's getting you the 6 on top of it to go along with that. Right.
Right. So what I'm saying to you is I don't think Julius Randle is a finished product. I don't think Randle is a finished product, right? But I do still think you need to upgrade the pieces around him more, right? I think Julius Randle. I think ideally, if we could get Randle, if we can go snatch somebody from a dumb franchise, like if we can get a THT from the Lakers, bro, we would be in hot cotton right now. And if we can catch, what's their team president name? Rob Lowe. He looked like Rob Lowe.
Rob Pelinka.
Oh, Pelinka.
Yeah. Well, if we can catch him napping, you know what I'm saying, and get like a THT from them for nothing, I think that makes us legit. I think THT is probably going to wind up being. So he's short, but he's not small, right? He's short for the shooting guard, small forward. I think eventually he's going to be a small forward, kinda in that maybe some small ball four type situations. I like his handle in space.
From the Lakers, right? From the Lakers you're talking about?
Yeah, maybe if we can finagle somebody like him from a sleeping franchise, like a franchise that think they're too good to do trades with the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? We can finagle like a THT from them for like a Kevin Knox. You know, be like, hey,
every time you say THC, I'm thinking about that chemical in marijuana.
Right, that's THC. Yeah, right, THC. That's what I'm saying. That's why I mentioned Lakers to go along with that, because you can't just say THC. You know, you got to say the Lakers. THC from the Lakers.
His name is Taylor Horton Tucker.
Right.
Why would I say Taylor Horton Tucker?
He's saying THC. Others said THC too.
Right. Usually, Freezy, people say the name first, and then they go with the abbreviation, and people catch on. But just to,
I got you.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Thibodeau, Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
Not yet.
He's climbing up.
But don't they usually give it to the best record?
Do they?
Coach with the best record?
Most improved. I would almost. Is that the thing? He says that Tom Thibodeau is looking like a most improved coach, of the year, right? I think because he.
Do they have that?
I don't think they have that. So that's why But then again, when I look at the coaching,
yeah, I
don't know what coach out there right now. Well, you know what? Maybe the Phoenix Suns. Maybe the Phoenix Suns coach deserves it.
What about? I hate to use this one. But I'm gonna have to. Steve Nash.
Probably not. Yeah, probably.
I mean, CP, you said that.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a big conversation. That's a day for that conversation on its own is a conversation for a whole day.
Yeah.
Or the Jazz coach.
Not really.
Or the Jazz coach. Yeah.
But not really, because what Doc Rivers is doing for Philly.
Philly.
Yeah, I think that's admirable.
Mhm.
You could look at the Lakers coach. They're gonna give it to usually somebody sexy. And plus, we're on the bubble.
Now
We're on the bubble.
we're kind of sexy though. That's a little bit of sexy to this team. This team, man, I never seen a team like
Quinn Snyder, I think, is probably more sexy than Tibbs.
Pause.
pause.
Yeah, pause.
Pause.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just jumped on board. I didn't even know what he said. I just
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you this: does Quickly make first team All Rookie?
It's quickly rookie of the year. What?
No, he's not rookie of the year.
I think
He's not rookie of the year.
y'all are killing.
That's
he's not.
LaMelo.
Yeah,
That's LaMelo, hands down, man.
Yeah, that's LaMelo hands down.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hands
let
down.
me just when y'all said the pause, I said that like when I first came down here to the South, and everybody look at me like I'm crazy, but I'm like, man, you just said some sus stuff.
Yo, what part of the South you in, Rem?
Thanks,
And
Anthony.
the same part is Freezy.
Yeah, we in.
Okay.
We in
South
South Carolina.
All
South
right,
Carolina. Okay, cool.
I'm in the ATL.
The ATL.
Okay. I'm supposed to be coming that way. Supposed to be coming to Georgia.
What happened with those massage parlors? What the hell?
Probably like Alfreda is what we're looking at, me and my wife.
God.
Oh man,
Okay,
you got some money. I work in Alpharetta.
No, I'm broke, man.
Well, then you don't want to move to Alpharetta. I'll tell you what, it's beautiful. I'm assuming you probably have children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
School
That's
districts.
why we was looking at Alfreda. We checked, like Stone Mountain.
You don't
there's
want to be in
another
Stone
one.
Mountain. Don't want to
Yeah,
be
it
in
was
Stone Mountain.
a few that we checked because we got to be close to Atlanta. The
Okay.
accountant firm that she's going to work for is in Atlanta, so we got to be close to Atlanta.
Yeah, the outskirts of Atlanta is where you want to be. Gwinnett, I heard, has a good school district, but anywhere you go, you have to pay a premium for the education, unfortunately.
Right.
And so that's where they get you. Hey, you want to, your kids want to be safe,
Yeah.
$300,000 for this house. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, your kids are the most important thing in your life, man. So I wish you the
Exactly.
best, my brother, man.
Yeah. Hey, so
I'll be
LaMelo.
looking at transition probably next year or two.
Okay.
Well, hit me up on the back end, man, if you need any help, man. I've been here for
Definitely.
14 years,
Yeah.
15 years.
Yeah,
Definitely.
No doubt. That's what we pause.
Appreciate that, bro.
Pause. My man said, hit me up on the back end. Pause. What y'all talking about? So okay. So anyways.
That is not a pause, no.
anyway. So
Should have said back channels.
Yeah. So LaMelo was 16, 6 and 6, right? And so I can see y'all's argument for him beating out quickly for rookie of the year. But let's not act like ESPN doesn't have Emmanuel Quickly in the top 3 on the rookie of the year ladder.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Because he was started off not being on it, moved in the top 10, moved in the top 5, slid down a little bit, and now he's back. I don't know where he is right now. I thought he was 3.
I think he's still top 3. Well, no. I think that it's LaMelo, Edwards, and
Halliburton.
Yeah, so he's like top 4.
Yeah, so Halliburton, his numbers are inflated. I don't think he has the impact that Emmanuel Quickly does. And then I know people want to argue, but all you have to do is look at the win-loss record between both teams. And then look at the talent on each team's roster. Like, I like Sacramento's. I like the talent. I like the talent on Sacramento's roster. You know what I'm saying? So Kev taking a call. Let me do this real quick. So I like the talent that Sacramento has. I like De'Aaron Fox. I like Marvin Bagley. I like Buddy Hield. I like Harrison Barnes. I like Rashawn Holmes. Right? Rashawn Holmes used to play center for the Philadelphia 76ers. Right? So I like that talent, right?
And
in terms of Halliburton's impact, if you have all that talent, how come you're not winning more games? That's why I think.
The coach is trash, and they're in
Well,
the West.
and I would still say.
I mean, look. Luke Walton is a case study for white privilege
Well, you
in
know
the
what?
NBA.
And you know what? I could not disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because when he was with the Lakers, me and Reem Raw went over the young core that the Lakers had, right? When you have Alonzo Ball, a Jordan Clarkson, a D'Angelo Russell, a Brandon Ingram, a Julius Randle, a Larry Nance,
Josh
a,
Hart.
a Josh Hart, Ivan Zubac. You have all that young talent, and you constantly have the third or fourth worst record in the NBA.
The only reason why Luke got that job is because he won what 40 something games when Steve Kerr was hurt in Golden State, which me and you could win 46, 47 games with that with Kevin Durant and I don't think it was Kevin Durant at the
No,
time,
it was
but
without
with
Kevin
that
Durant.
okay without but that roster was still great. That team was
Right.
Yeah.
still great,
Yeah.
you
The
know.
roster was fine before.
Yo,
Right.
They won the chip before he got there.
I got a question, man. Is Lonzo Ball coming to the Knicks, man? What do you guys feel about that?
I'm hearing that the Clippers are showing strong interest in Lonzo.
Okay,
I heard
but
he's too expensive. I heard he's too expensive to.
I heard Lonzo
Yeah,
Ball
he
said.
wanted a bigger check.
Lonzo
He said
Ball
he
said.
wanted a bigger check from New York.
Was that?
He said he wanted a bigger check for New York.
Why not? We have bread. We got money.
Yeah, but is he worth it?
That's what I want to
You
ask.
sound like a scorned Lakers hater right now. Reem, are you a scorned Lakers hater right
We
now?
upgraded.
How?
Then we win the chip after we left.
Well, yeah, good point. Good point. Duly noted. That's a good point. I thought you meant at the position.
Is Lonzo worth
I mean, we did
18 to
upgrade a point
25
guard
per
too.
year?
Yeah, LeBron.
That's the question that we have to answer. Is he worth 18 to 25 million per year?
That's what I was saying. Is he worth it?
Yeah.
I don't think he's worth it.
I got a question for you guys, man. Oh no, it's too late. It can't even happen. But we got Derrick Rose.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, we got Derrick Rose. We got Alfred Payton, and I'm like, I started to wonder, man. You know, I don't see Derrick Rose on the floor. It's no way the Knicks will consider trading Derrick Rose, right?
No. Derrick Rose is damaged goods too, bro. Like this whole
That's
the whole
the
thing
problem.
with the COVID protocol thing and him taking a really long time to get back, and it's like mysterious how this stuff is. And
That's what made me think. That's what I started having a hunch of, like, yo, man, I heard he's out. He's been gone for so long. Lonzo Ball's talking Knicks. I'm like, are the Knicks thinking about throwing Derrick Rose in the deal because I know they're not going to want Alfred Payton, but they would consider Derrick Rose and whatever compensation, whatever you want to add on top of to that situation.
I think Tibbs would nick that. I think Tibbs would nick that trade because I think he's so loyal and so you see his favoritism, and you see what's that word I want to use?
Trust?
No. It's if you're
nepotism. It's nepotism.
Nepotism. Right. That's how our owner got the Knicks. But
right.
I think that he wouldn't do that because I believe he trusts Derrick Rose so much to get him over the edge, to develop a new relationship. And also, here's the thing too about the Knicks. You trade for Lonzo Ball, which I'm hearing that they want a lot in return for Lonzo Ball because he's going to be a restricted free agent.
Right.
And so the thing is that what are you going? You're taking a risk that he might walk if he asks for an offer that you don't want to match. So that's that. You might as well just
So
Get
why
him in the
trade?
offseason.
So why trade for him?
Exactly.
Right?
Why trade for him?
So my thing is splash and dash. I think you need to be patient. Splash and dash is legit the truth, right?
Yeah, I think
Because Golden State had this template. They had a 6'3" point guard that could shoot, right? And they had a 6'7" shooting guard that was average athleticism at best, but had ridiculous drive, right? And so what they did was they were patient. They were patient with that formula, and it wound up getting them 3 championships in 5 years. Now the Knicks have the same type thing going on, and Knicks fans are like, "Oh no, what Golden State did was no, we'll never do that. We'll do it our way. We'll do it the way we've been doing it for the last 30 years, and it'll work." And I'm telling Knicks fans like, "No, man, what you did the last 30 years was not successful. It does not work, and it will not work going forward." What I would tell you is trust this new NBA in the way it looks. Adapt yourselves to this new NBA and allow the front office to make these moves in a nuanced way. Because RJ Barrett is not a throwaway draft pick. RJ Barrett is the future. Emmanuel
yeah.
quickly is the future. You know what I'm saying? Maybe being patient is not our forte, and it's not. We're Knicks fans. We're not patient at all. Every year we feel like we're one move away from being a championship contender when we're not.
Exactly.
Right?
Hey, guys,
I think
guys, real quick, I gotta get off. I love talking with y'all, man.
Pause.
Yeah. You're a mess, CP. Hey, just real quick, I did DM you that
Be safe, my brother.
information. You too, CP. I did do that to you on Twitter. So
I got you. I got you locked in.
We'll talk then. Guys, have a great weekend. Hey, we're gonna win this game. We're gonna win this game against Philly, man. We're gonna win it, all right? All right. Love you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Likewise, man.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Have a great weekend.
Hey, did you enjoy Macri? Did you enjoy Macri?
My brother. Thank you so much for doing that. I thank you for letting us, go on there because I didn't think we could. I thought it was just gonna be y'all two and everything. So
Nah, man, we don't do that.
Yeah,
when I say we are family, we're family.
We family, absolutely. Okay. Take care, guys. Love y'all.
Peace.
Take care, man. So I think the fact that it's even on the table, because it's got to be, some talks being had for him to even be considering New York. I think the fact that it's even on the table is the fact that D Rose is injury prone now.
Mm-hmm.
Alfred is another one. He's starting to become injury prone.
Lonzo Ball, and I think Reem, you're a Laker fan. Lonzo Ball, right? He's injury prone too, right? Am I right? Lonzo Ball, right? He's pretty injury prone, right?
Yeah.
See.
No.
He's had a good year this year. This year he's been okay.
I can't say he's prone yet. He had a few injuries. He had maybe 2, I think, that I know of. But I can't say that he's prone yet. See, Alfred, he didn't have an injury almost every team he played on. Then you got Derrick Rose, them 2 big knee injuries, and then ever since then, he's been having an injury here or there that take him out. So
man.
What's going on with your big boy, big timer? What's going on?
What's good?
What's up, brother?
Hey, love the backdrop in the scenery, man. Love it.
Yeah, we doing some branding, man. We doing some brand. I work with CP the artist, and so we're doing some branding. CP the artist did great work, man. Hey, Ron. Hey, listen, man. I recommend if you ever get to a point where you want to do some stuff, what I'm saying, looking for somebody, man. CP the artist does some great stuff, man.
Hey, if you go by the name CP the artist, you got to be an artist. You heard me.
You got to be an artist, right?
Man.
What's going on with you, man? Reem, hey, good to see you again, man. Hey, Ralph, you
good
already know,
man.
Freely, you already know, man. Shout out to the whole Knicks Nation, man. This is a beautiful morning. We just reached our win total from a year ago. Tom Thibodeau, man, hands down. Coach of the year. Coach of the year. It ain't, man. This guy working with a mass unit, man.
Right.
Mass unit. Just imagine when we can get some horses.
Right. And you know what else he's doing? What else he's doing? And other teams don't go through this. Is so he's getting us victories on the court when the organization and the media are getting us L's off the court. Other coaches don't do that. Other coaches ain't facing that. Other coaches ain't got Spike Lee talking about, man,
You know,
last year.
Freezy, I felt you. I felt you that day, man. I felt you that day when you were like, "Come on, Spike. Come on, Spike.
Right.
You can't fall for that banana in the tailpipe, man."
Right, man. Come on, Spike Lee. Do the right thing.
Yeah,
Come on,
man.
Spike Lee.
When you said that, I felt you on that, man. Stay away from, and that's why I said shout. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you what, man. Shout out to the Cap Big Pat. When I saw they brought Patrick Ewing back to talk to him, Patrick said, "Hey, me and Mr. Dolan talk. Let's talk about my team."
Right.
He didn't even feed into that.
Right.
You know what I mean? That dude gets my respect 100%. Always have anyway, because he's my all-time favorite Knicks, by the way. The only Knicks jersey I ever bought was his.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it is what it is, man. But man, Freezy, hey, last night reminded me why I can't do that late show stuff, boy. Oh man.
I'm telling you.
I not too long got up, man. I ain't been up 30 minutes good.
What? Ron Cleveland, don't tell me, Ron, you done slept the day away. It's almost lunchtime, bro.
Yeah, man. And see, that's why I said I can't be doing that, man.
Right.
Yeah, that used to happen to me too, man. That used to happen to me too.
Yeah, part of the day gone. You know what I mean? I done slept that thing away, man. You know, and so yeah, man. But hey, big shout out to everybody who can do it, because hey, that thing's rough, but it is what it is, man. But
for the night hours.
But yeah, but you, hey, I'm telling you, this spot right here that you got is perfect, man.
Yeah,
perfect. People.
No, man. I'm jealous of you, man. I'm jealous of you.
Nah, man.
You got that evening news spot, man. And I be seeing, and people be coming on, and they love talking to you during that time.
Hey, that morning slot though, don't underestimate that thing, man.
Yeah,
you got the opportunity to jumpstart the conversation.
Yeah, you had a
See, by the time to get to 5 o'clock, I got to try to keep that thing going. You see what I'm saying? Try to keep that Knicks thing buzzing. And everybody else that's doing their thing, shout out to them. But you know how I feel about you with this thing, where we come from, man.
Right.
It ain't a game. It ain't no joke. It ain't for play or none of that, man.
Right.
You know, I know where we come from.
Right.
Tony Crow, shout out to him too. When I see him doing this thing, you know, it warms my heart, man. You know what I mean? I'm a sensitive dude at heart. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Tony got his
but I was gonna say, first thing in the morning. This is why I think Freezy got the best hour, because first thing you in the morning think of is morning drive.
Yeah.
So I think that's the first thing. It doesn't get better than that,
man. Let me
you
tell you, man.
You want to sound something iconic where you want people to somebody to think about you. Let them be the first thing you think about in the morning.
Hey,
first thing in the morning.
Let me share
doesn't get better than that.
Freezy,
I think about my girl first thing in the morning.
I know you done went fishing, right? Freezy, you done went fishing, right?
No, not yet.
You ain't never went fishing?
Oh yeah, I fish.
Okay. When the best time to go fishing?
Early in the morning.
Okay.
Before daybreak, I'm gonna be on the water. I'm gonna have me some saltine crackers and some liver pudding, something to drink. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be out there with my bucket. I'm gonna sit my bucket right there at the water. And you know how the water go. You know you're gonna have to keep moving your bucket back and back and back because the tide is coming in. So you gotta kind of, you know what I'm saying?
So that's what I'm saying, Freezy, is morning time. Them fish ain't full yet, man. Them fish hungry.
Right.
Them fish want to eat. You know who them fish that want to eat? That's them Knicks fan that want that Knicks talk early in the morning, man. That breakfast,
thirsty, bro.
That chuck wagon breakfast, man. That's what they want. That chuck wagon Knicks breakfast, man.
Yeah, man.
To them, man. I'm gonna tell you.
Don't put no egg on it. Don't put no egg on it. It's light bread, boy. You mess around and doze off in the truck.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. So hey, shout out to you, man. Hey, big respects, man. Definitely big respects. Love what you're doing. Keep doing it, man.
Yo.
And shout out to everybody in Knicks Nation, man. Shout out to my man Chuck B. Matter of fact, I want him to hear this, man. Hey, you always welcome. Always welcome. Like I said it. I don't care who you are, I don't care where you check in from. You can come in from Mars. If you're a Knicks fan, the door is open, man.
Right.
Man, I'm
You
ready
know,
to go.
I talked to
I'm ready to go round 3 with Chuck anytime y'all want it, man.
Hey,
Because
but that's the thing though. That's the thing though. Everybody wants to go round for round with Chuck B, and they don't realize that Chuck B is a man like everybody else. Like Chuck, like legit. Sometimes he just want to get on and talk Knicks, but people be wanting that smoke with Chuck. I spoke with him on the phone, and so I don't share private conversations. Right? I don't do that. As a man, when you talk to me and it's a one-on-one. I don't never share that conversation unless you say, "Hey, man, go tell somebody such and such," and then I'd be
Yeah.
like, well, you tell them, but not like say for instance, like when we have like a private conversation, I was brought up in a way that you don't share, what I'm saying, private conversations or whatever. Not that it's
Right.
something to tell, not that I got something juicy. It don't matter what we could be talking ham sandwich, but that's our
Yeah.
conversation. You know what I'm saying? But so
Hey, let me.
And Freezer, I'm gonna give you my mama recipe. Don't you tell nobody.
Hey, I'm about to hop off, but I wanted to hear Uncle Ron's take on the last topic we was on. And
Lonzo?
I saw one of the fans, in the chat said, "Am I scared that ex-Laker is going to get a ring with the Knicks?" No, I want him to get a ring, and I want the Knicks to get a ring. We actually got ours first. I would
dumbest
feel,
comment ever.
I would
not you, Ram, but that.
I know.
Not you.
I'm gonna tell you, the only way I would feel away is if he got one with the Knicks before the Lakers got theirs. That's the only way I would feel away. But we went ahead and got ours. So, only question, the question, or the topic that we was on, Uncle Ron, was Lonzo Ball to the Knicks is in the talks right now, and I'm sure you know. What do you think about that? And on both sides, your input, and then also what you think the Knicks thinks about it as well.
23 years old, 6'6", 190, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Big point guard, 3 years of experience, 14 points a game, 5.5 assists, not even playing full time at the point guard position. There's no question you make that move. Former number 2 overall pick in the first round. There's no question you make that move.
In the off season or the trade deadline.
And I'm gonna tell you why it makes sense to go get him now. Why it makes sense to go get him now? Every one of these players with this front office in year one is auditioning. Let's just keep it real with it. Everybody is auditioning. Right now, the only 2 untouchables, in my opinion, there's only 2 for me if I'm in the front office. And that's Mr. All-Star Julius Randle and Mr. O Canada, RJ Barrett.
Right.
Them 2 guys, you ain't touching them. Don't even call and ask me about them. You know what I mean? So when I look at that, you get a Lonzo Ball in here, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking. Getting Lonzo Ball is signaling to me that the New York Knicks are trying to go for it, and not only that, the fact that you make a move like that, it signals something else. It signals that they're trying to make a way to get Obi going. Where Obi thrives, transition. We watched the guy game in college. He wasn't playing in no half court set. He was up and down, running down that floor like a gazelle, you know what I mean? Just smooth, just running. What Lonzo loved to do? Get out in space. Not only will it help, not only will it help Obi, it's going to help Mitchell Robinson.
Yep.
Not only is it going to help Mitchell Robinson, it's going to help everybody. But those 2 guys I signaled up because their skill set requires a point guard that can get out in space, and both of those guys can run and love to finish above the rim. It's going to make everything a lot easier. Julius Randle won't have to put up 17 assists for us to win a game.
But Ron,
so
it's not
what do
going to
y'all
be cheap.
give up for him?
Who do we give up for him?
Yeah.
Draft capital.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna send a draft pick, and I'm gonna tell you what. All these draft picks that we sitting on, you're gonna eventually have to do something with them. It's not. Look at what Boston is going through. You don't stockpile and keep stockpiling. And shout out to Freezer because he brought that point up the other day. You don't just sit on draft picks because eventually, when you got too much groceries, what happened to them, Freezy? Like you said,
they go bad.
Exactly. You got to make a move. You got to make a move. You're gonna miss You're gonna miss your opportunity, man.
Hold
Great
on,
point. Great point.
Ron. He's going to be a restricted free agent at the end of this year. We're
I
going to have
understand that.
his, but the thing is, so you have to think
That's
about
commitment.
that. Like think about, yeah, you're going to have to commit to him or let him walk.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm making that trade for that kid, I'm
Maybe
committing.
so what?
I'm
Maybe
committing.
so what?
I'm committing
What if
right
his
now.
but what if his asking price is because look, what is he worth? Is he worth 18 million per year, 25,
I'm gonna
30
tell you what.
million?
I'll give him 20 million off the rip.
Right.
That skill
But
set alone, the guy. And then
It doesn't. It's not what you offer; is what he wants because he's a restricted
Hey,
free
well,
agent.
guess what?
He could sign. Wait. He could sign a qualifying offer with someone that's asking him for. They're throwing him, and we've seen what the money is going around for players,
right.
astronomical numbers. Let's say he asks for, he gets 25 to 28 million per year, $120 million contract, right? The Knicks will have to match that. Now, what you do is now you have to take care of Julius Randle.
Right.
Now, where you're at?
Well,
Now you
I'm
have
gonna tell you,
because
I
he's
got you. I got
Ron.
hey, Freezy, I got him because my GM hat is on today. Because
Oh,
that's what my show. That's what my show is about today.
Uh-oh.
You know, I'm going full on suit attire today for the show today. You know what I mean? So the thing is, I hear what you're saying, right? So step one, the reason why I heard you say about him being an unrestricted free agent, the reason why it makes so much sense to get the kid now is because you can see what he is, whether or not you want to commit to him long term. That's
right.
You're in a better position than you would be
test drive.
because
You
this
missed
what
the
normally
point.
happens. Hold on,
Time
CP.
out.
Hold on,
Time
CP.
out. Time
Let
out.
me finish. I'm gonna give
Okay.
it back
Hey
All right.
guys,
because
I
I
gotta
want to
go.
give you the whole
It was
picture.
real. I'm gonna
I
holler
want
at
to give
y'all.
you the whole picture. All right, Rim. But this is the thing. So the reason why you think about what we've done for years in the past, we normally go get these free agents, right? And then you find out once they get here, they don't fit with your team.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm giving up a draft pick and a player that's not even in our rotation that we don't have any plans of using, to find out that this guy is worth it for the rest of the season going forward, because the guy is the number 2 overall pick from his draft. Let's not get that out of the realm of thinking about it. And the guy is an all around player. Is he great yet? No, but his arc is going up. So the same way we took a chance on Julius Randle, it's the same situation. Julius Randle arc was going up. The New York Knicks strike while they had a chance. We are in a best position to get this kid. And I'm gonna tell you what, I think 20 million get us done. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because for one, it ain't all about the money with the kid. And I'm gonna tell you what else. There's already reports saying that he wants to come to New York. Right. So when you got those variables that he wants the big stage, hey, you gonna make that move, man. And Julius, I hear you saying about Julius. Guess what? We don't have to pay Julius yet. We still got a team option on Julius for next year. We don't have to pay Julius yet. And the benefits of not paying Julius yet is you can go ahead and fill all those other positions of need, i.e. a small forward position, because at the end of the season, the New York Knicks, right now, if the season was over, we would have almost over $60 million in cap space, enough for two max free agents, not even counting Julius and RJ and these guys already on the book. Right. Then, after you get what you need in here, you can go over the luxury tax if you want to with Julius, and money ain't a thing for Mr. Dolan. Right. He'll spend the money to win.
Okay, let me get this clear. So you're saying trade for him. If he works out, you give him the bag. If he doesn't work out,
go ahead.
If he doesn't work out, we have nothing to lose, right?
Absolutely.
No, that's not what we're saying. That's the reason why I wanted to jump in. So what happens is we're in a situation where we can get Lonzo Ball. So you trade the Detroit pick, which is probably the second pick the first pick in the second round, right? And then you give them Dallas's pick in this year, 2021, right?
Which is probably worth nothing now.
Right. And so you get Lonzo Ball, you test drive him, right?
Yeah.
And then say for instance, we like him, but his salary demand is more than we want to pay. Right. And say for instance, the Clippers the Clippers signed him to an offer sheet for 4 years, $100 million, where he's gonna make 25
And
mil.
they can't even do that
Which
because they ain't got no money. They cap strapped.
right,
They can't.
right, and so what I'm saying, Oran, is this. What I'm saying is this. So you match it and you work out a sign and trade with the team that wants Lonzo, and now you get your draft picks back from the team that wanted Lonzo. So now so Lonzo gets his money. The team, the third party team gets their player, and we recoup our draft picks. So everybody wins in this scenario. There is no lose in this scenario by getting
Right.
Lonzo Ball.
And you know
I
what else,
disagree. I disagree.
Freezy? You know what else we feeling in CP? I know what you're feeling, man. But you know what else we got to think about? We got a guy in that front office that knows business, man.
Right.
He knows
We
business. He
legit.
knows numbers. They ain't making no silly move. You can best believe if they get Lonzo here, it's going to be on a deal that benefits the New York Knicks as well as, if they got to move off or something. It ain't going to be
Right.
no one-sided deals, man.
Right.
Everything I've seen this guy done this far lets me know that he's going to make the right move for this organization, man. We ain't them days of front office malpractice. We can get that out of our head. That ain't happening. If it's bad, the New York Knicks ain't touching it. But I can tell you this. I'm going to say this also about Lonzo. And I said this last night. That boy is putting up 14, 5.5 assists, right? And they ain't even exclusively playing the point guard position.
Right.
With us, I'm telling you right now, he would do a double-double. He'll average a double-double. He'll average double-digit points and double-digit assists a night.
And elite defense. Hey,
and
CP,
elite defense to go along with that.
What were you going to say, CP?
I think it's a huge gamble, and I don't think that New Orleans will settle unless they're getting at least 2 first-round picks for Lonzo Ball. Remember the KP trade on what we got back for KP. We had, we have what, 2 firsts? I don't think that is enough. And again, he's going to be a restricted free agent coming up. And my thing is, like, since we are underneath the cap, we might as well wait. We might as well wait and then just offer him just to see what his market price is instead of.
Well, CP,
Because,
I'm pretty sure they're
no,
going to do that.
wait. I'll let you talk.
Go ahead.
The gamble is that we give up these picks. He either we give him the bag and hope for the best, and I don't think he's that good to give him the bag. I'm just gonna be honest. Their team is what, below 500 in the West. They're underachieving, and if they really believe that in him, they wouldn't have drafted a point guard, and they wouldn't have had traded for what's that guy's name? Bledsoe. And they have a ton of point guards, so it's kind of like the Frank situation. You bring in all these point guards because you don't believe he's the point guard of the future. So I'm thinking to myself, they're trying to play hardball with. They're going to try to play a hardball. He is the second pick in the draft. He's going to ask for over $100 million, and we're going to be taking the risk of getting out of the draft, where this draft is, we have the player of the future. Dallas could miss the playoffs and still get the number 1 seed. We're forgetting that this draft is not, you're gonna want to have those picks. You're gonna want to have those picks to go into the draft and just to see what will happen, then to take the risk of doing what Dallas has got with KP, an overpriced bum.
CP, I got a question for you.
No, I can't. Hey, I can't believe you call my man an overpriced bum. And I keep telling you, man, that front office ain't gonna overpay for this dude, man. We're not overpaying. We could have done that with Gordon Hayward.
Right.
They're
That's what I'm saying. That's why I disagree. That's why I disagree with you guys' scenarios.
Hey, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Is a first round pick and Derrick Rose for Lonzo Ball a fair trade?
Who's first round pick? Our first round or Dallas's?
Ours or Dallas, whichever makes sense. Is Derrick Rose and a first round pick for Lonzo Ball a fair trade?
No,
No, I don't.
they ain't gonna want Derrick Rose.
I wouldn't want that. I
They
mean,
gonna want. I'd rather the deal would be better if you said a first round and EP. That might get the needle moving.
You think they would want offer paying over Derrick Rose?
Because of the age, man, and because of the age difference, man.
I believe they're gonna want 2 first round picks.
But you know what, though, CP? See, this the thing. All these teams that got players on expiring deals, the closer and closer you get the deadline, you start losing more and more leverage. You run the risk, in poker. If you play poker, if you're a gambling man, eventually you got to use what you got in your hand.
But you know what, though? I'm glad you say that. But this is negotiation. This is not poker where you have no control of the outcome. The best negotiation tactic is walking away, actually, because I negotiate all the time. If somebody doesn't, have my price, I'll walk away. So because it's better that you walk away from a bad deal than taking a bad deal. And I'm not saying, all I'm saying is this, like in the Melo trade, right? We gave up so many assets that for Melo when we could have just got him in the offseason.
Absolutely, I was with you on that now because I thought we was gonna.
So I'm saying is like we don't know what his market value will be in the off season. You know what I'm saying? It could be astronomical.
Quick question. What about Mitchell Robinson straight up for Lonzo Ball?
No.
See, no, I couldn't.
The contract. Mitchell Robinson's going to command about the same money Lonzo Ball is. You're going to have to pick.
No, it's not.
That's what they're saying. 18
no, they're not. It's because of draft. Where you got picked.
You know what? You know where Mitchell Robinson is from? You know where Mitchell Robinson's from?
Oh yeah,
right?
I know he's from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm. New Orleans.
So, but you now you creating another problem. Now you get rid of Mitchell Robinson, who your center. Nah, that ain't that. Hey, CP, back to your point. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. And see, when I heard you brought up Melo, right? You're going back to revisionist history, man. We gotta wipe some of that stuff from our memories, man. Cause you know what I mean? Hey, we gotta get it out of there, man. Seriously. Cause just like last year, man, hey, you know what we gotta do? We gotta trust Leon Rose, man, CP. If guy comes here, I can guarantee you one thing. He's not stripping the cover bed, man. He's seen what's been going on. He's been dealing players to the Knicks. You know what I mean? He's a former agent. He know what market value means. And that's why I'm happy we got the guy, man. He's not gonna put us in a bad situation, man. I'm confident in it. You know what I mean? Everything I've seen thus far, tells me he's gonna do us right by the organization. So you gotta have that trust, man. You gotta trust him, man. That's all. And I know, hey, it's easy to look back at the deals we've done, man. Because we've done a lot of bad ones. We've done 20 years of bad deals.
Well, yeah, but look, man, you're an OG like I'm an OG. Experience is our best teacher.
Yes, sir.
That the only thing, how we move through tomorrow is through looking in the past.
Yeah.
And knowing what we did right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is like if we could offer him something, in the off season, I would rather do that. I don't believe that New Orleans will match it. I think what New Orleans is doing right now is saying, what can we get for him at the biggest value before we lose him? So my thing is this, like, let's wait and see if they're offering price if they're going to get desperate and they really plan on not keeping him, you know what I mean, and they take let's say a second pick or whatever, something, then okay, I would take the chance. But my thing is like I want to hold on to these draft picks. I want to hold on to Dallas. I want to have because this you don't have to be the worst team to get the number one pick.
Case in point, last year with New Orleans, one game out of making the playoffs.
Right, or go back to when they got the number one pick with Zion. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. With New Orleans, they were one game out of getting in the playoffs.
Yeah. So on this draft, if we had a weak draft coming up, I'm with you. But we don't have a weak draft. I just want I don't want to take those chances, especially if we could fill two needs than one. Hopefully we could get a small forward and maybe a point guard for the future. That's going to be cheaper than Alonzo.
I get what you're saying. So see what's going to happen, CP. Is how you look at it, right? Either because the way the Knicks are playing, our draft pick ain't going to be worth much. Dallas keep playing the way they're playing, it ain't going to be worth much. So you're going to have to package up some picks to jump up to get
again. We don't know that because
I'm just going off what I'm going to say. What basically currently right now, if you look at these two teams the way they're playing right now, based on what they're doing right now, projection. You know what I mean? If you were to look at right now today, those draft picks ain't going to be worth nothing. If we were going off right now, you have to move up. You have to package some things to get up in that get one of them good boys.
I don't believe that because we just said that you said it too, that teams like New Orleans, they get into the first round. They get, to the top 5 or whatever. You know what I mean? We just don't know. It's a lottery. We could Dallas could still get the number one pick. Because the odds of being the worst team, it doesn't benefit you anymore in this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
I'm glad they fixed it. I hate they did it on our watch, but I'm glad they did it.
And how about this? You ever thought about this? What if we keep those picks, right? And then we make a trade for that certified player. I don't know. I don't want to put names out there. A certified player. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I think it's better to wait. And honestly, I don't think Lonzo Ball, even though he's a very good player and he's proved me wrong a lot of times, is he the guy that's going to take us over the hump? If I'm going to give up picks, give me the guy that's going to get me over the hump. Get that guy that's going to bring me from the first round to the third round. You know what I mean? In the playoffs. Is he that guy? I don't think so because I'm not seeing it in New Orleans.
Can I answer you, CP? I want to ask you. Are you familiar with his stats right now so far this season?
Was it 16, 14 and 6 or something like that?
At 38% from 3. So he's no shade to Emmanuel Quickly, but he's like a passing Emmanuel Quickly. 38% from 3, 14 points, and that's why it could be a good combo. Emmanuel Quickly off the bench and Alonzo Ball starting. I don't know how that rotation would work, right? Well,
but I tell you this, CP. I hear you loud and clear, man. I hear you loud and clear. You know the beautiful thing that's going on right now is the Knicks got options, man. We're not pigeonholed having that.
I agree.
We don't have to just put all our eggs in free agency. We don't have to put all our eggs in the drafts. And even our players are developing. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when we think about players developing, people are quick to point, okay, the young players, how they developing. Nah, I'm talking about team development. The team is developing. Looking at what Julius and RJ is doing right now, and we're going to be sitting on all that money in the offseason, you best believe a big fish is coming here.
Lonzo Ball could be a good piece of this puzzle, though. Like, that's a really interesting pickup. I got killed for that one time.
I'm going to tell you what, 4 years.
Lonzo Ball. People didn't like the triple
80, sign me up. Ralph, 4 years and 80, if he said, hey, he'll take 4 years and 80.
Yeah,
because there are reports out there saying that if it goes over 18 million, that the Pelicans are going to walk away from it.
Right, but I got killed for Lonzo Ball a couple of months back. People really didn't like the triple Bs, but right now,
those shoes are ugly.
Okay, Oh, the sneakers, yeah.
Orthopedics.
But man, him starting.
Those are cop shoes.
Oh, no.
Right. But Lonzo Ball starting with the team could be this could be a real sleeper team this season, not next season. This season right now, you put Lonzo Ball with this ain't that JJ Redick might go in the deal too. Lonzo Ball and JJ Redick.
Added shooting.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I
Just
tell you
give
this.
me. How about
Go
this?
ahead.
Give me our Dallas and our pick along with Lonzo in free agency.
CP, what
That's all
happened?
I'm asking for.
CP, no, seriously, think about this, man. When a team is cash strapped, that's a small market team, right? And they're already hurting for money.
Right.
You already know the player don't want to be there. He wants out.
Yes. You did you hear what LeVar said? He said LeVar is being LeVar. He's like, yo, Zion is trash. Ingram is trash. Fade my boy. That's what he basically said today.
Son, man.
Man.
And I like the idea.
He's pushing that trade.
But I'm gonna tell you, this is what I love even more. When I look at the kid age, man, 23 years old. RJ,
he's a good
20.
player, man. I'm not.
I think he would help more than he would hurt because he's unselfish, and that's what we need, man.
I'm not saying I never said he not get him, but my thing is like I want to keep those picks. I just want to keep those picks.
See,
and
you might get the gift. You might keep them too high picks.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And it's like let's say in the free agency, they don't match his offer. His offer. Maybe we might get him at a discount. Instead of bidding against ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we might get him at a discount. I would rather 18 million I could do, because here's the thing too. Julius is gonna want to be the highest paid Knick from what he's doing too.
He's going
so my thing is still, so then it's like you're gonna have Julius taking up probably 25 to 40% of your salary cap. Then Lonzo is gonna be taking up maybe another 40% of the cap. How else do you fill out that roster? You see what I'm saying? That's the thing that we have to think, because we have Dolan to spend the money, but then again, it's like, if you're stuck in these deals, it's like it's hard to get rid of them if it doesn't work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a game. I think he's going to ask for 180 million. I think that's what he's gonna ask.
No, ain't nobody gonna give him no 180. You said 180 million?
Yeah, I think 180.
Nah, nobody gonna give him that. And then you got to look at what the market, what teams need point guards and what team has money to pay. You know what I mean? What team needs starting point guards?
Yeah.
That's going. If it ain't enough buyers, you know, if it's too many buyers, hey, you got a good chance. But if it ain't that many, and you want to, hey, it's gonna drive you down. So, hey, and another thing with the Pelicans, right? You can't expect too much for a player that you don't have no intentions of keeping. You lose some of your leverage with that. On top of the fact the guy want to get out of there. And every day that trade deadline gets closer, pressure is on them. You know what I mean? The pressure is on them. We in the driver's seat. We can sit back and relax, just like you said. We can wait till the off season.
I don't think there's pressure. I don't think there's pressure on Pelicans. Here's why. They have a slew of picks based on the AD trade, first round picks, and I think behind OKC they have like the most number one picks, in the next few years. So the thing is, like, they could go in the offseason and be like, hey, we could get the number one pick. They could get the number one pick, and they could have the next pick, and they could leave with 3 top 5 3 top 10 picks over the summer. If we give them Dallas's pick or our pick. Think about that. Wouldn't we want to be in that situation where, God forbid the worst case scenario happens, we're in the top 10 with Dallas's picks on our own pick. That's a possibility. And then we go into next year with 2 players that are in the top 10. And now we have core cheap pieces, and then we could just fill it out with the cap room that we have. I like that. I like that scenario.
Now, for as much as I tell you, hey, think about, try to wipe the revisionist history and stuff away. I always have a saying, man, when it comes to draft picks and all the sports that I watch, man. At the end of the day, they're unproven, man. Them players are unproven, man. They are unproven. And the known commodity right now of what Lonzo Ball is doing on a team where he's not playing exclusively at the point guard position and putting up that amount of assists on this team. Oh man, Julius Randle would be probably the happiest player on the team if the Knicks would have pulled that off and get that guy. As long as it ain't breaking the bank, man, I'm all for it, man. It ain't breaking the bank. It ain't sabotaging the future. That's it. If it's going to make this team, I know one thing. You put him on this team right now, it's going to make us better. How much better? That's to be determined. But we would be better than what we.
And I hope the World Wide West lore is true, and hopefully behind the scenes he knows the number what that will cost for Lonzo before we even make a move. He's like, hey, so what does he really want? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can hear that.
And we can pull the trigger on that.
Hey, what's up, LeVar? What's really going on?
Exactly. Yeah. What you? Yeah. What?
Hey, I don't know. LeVar kind of dangerous. So you might not want to talk to him.
Well, the goal for them is to have all 3 brothers play on the same team together.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say this. I'll say this though. If there's a promise that we get LaMelo in 4 years, hey, I'll make that. I'll make that trade. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to play together. So if Lonzo takes a comfortable deal to get his brother playing with us, you know what I mean? Which I don't think is possible, because I think MJ is gonna throw the bag at that kid and to make him. Well,
if MJ is smart, he better, because he done miss on so many draft picks. He finally got one.
He finally got one. I think by default. I think by default he got. But I wish he picked Obi. I wish he picked Obi. I'll tell you that much, man.
Man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I trust the front office, man. So if they pull the deal on Lonzo, I know it's gonna be a good one for the Knicks. They're not gonna ruin us. If this was Steve Mills, this deal would have been already done, and we would have been and gave up everything.
So let me ask you something. So your show today, what's gonna be your what's the preview? What's the preview?
It is, the topic is gonna be moves. Do we make a move now? Do the Knicks make a move on or before the trade deadline? Okay. Basically, that's the topic, and we're gonna look at all these players that we can potentially get, and basically it's soliciting everybody's thoughts. What they think the Knicks should do. What's the pros? What's the cons of it?
Well, you know what I mean? So okay, we're the day after the deadline. What would you be happy with? Players gone.
Exactly.
Who we come in? Yeah. Is that a spoiler or
No. It's not. Now. Well, that's not a spoiler, because I hadn't really thought about that point. But also, it was a while back, and I said when we get to the 2025 game mark, I was going to tell you who needs to fly up out of here, what players we need to get out of here. I never did that. We never got around to that. So that's going to be in there too. Who we need to move, because it's apparent now we've seen enough from this team. We know who we need to move up out of here. You know what I mean? I'm not going to let one game of a player that I know been on that bubble for the longest on that plane, you know,
Frank.
short sight, my thinking of what I feel and what I see. You know what I mean? The eye test, like they say, the eye test don't lie, man. And it's time for a change in New York. You know what I mean? And it's evident with these deals we got sitting. All these guys ain't coming back. So that's another part of the show, man, that we're gonna get into. Who you think gonna be out of here? You know, who would you bring in? And what's the pros, the benefits of it, and what's the, could possibly be the downfall of it. You know what I mean? And it's definitely two positions that we're gonna talk about heavy on the show, and that's the small forward and point guard position. Because that and preferably first thing will be that small forward position because that's the more pressing need.
Yes. Yes, I agree with that. We do need small forward presence, and you kind of alluded to my thoughts on Frank. I think if they do trade Frank, which I believe they will, he goes out in a blaze of glory. He has like I don't know how many games before the trade deadline, but one or two games like he did before, and he goes out like a blaze of glory before he's not a Knick anymore. And I think that's I think his days are numbered. All right, fellas.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, good combo as always, CP, man.
My brother, man. You be safe out there. Freezy,
Likewise.
we talk. Eli.
Elijah. Yo, take it easy, CP the artist.
My nephew name is Elijah.
Oh, man. That's a good name. That's a good name.
So you don't like Eli as the
yeah. I mean that's my middle name though.
Okay.
First name is Raphael. So, but I
didn't know that, Ralph.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I didn't even read the whole thing. God of
reading is fundamental, bro.
Yeah,
reading is fundamental.
Yeah. I'm half asleep. You know how late I work and how early I rise.
Right. All right. Hey, man. So CP, thank you for your contributions and all of that stuff. I'm gonna continue to showcase the stuff that you so graciously crafted for us and helping branding.
Make it happen, Captain, man. Let's much success for you.
And I'm no longer stroking your ego. That's the last ego stroke. That is the very last ego stroke. Because you, my friend, don't need help acknowledging what an ego is. You know what I'm saying?
I come from the Kanye tree, man. I stroke my own ego.
Right.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
All right, man.
All right, bro. All right.
Hey, Freezy, I got a question to ask you real quick, man.
Yep.
Would you entertain? And look, this might be a dumb question, okay, guys? And Ron Cleveland does not think it's a good idea. But if New Orleans Pelicans would want Mitchell Robinson for Lonzo Ball, would you do it, or would you consider it? Okay.
No, I wouldn't consider it. And I would consider moves that make both rosters better, right? So New Orleans already having Steven Adams and Jackson Hayes would not want to trade for Mitchell Robinson and then want to try to 5 minutes for 3 different centers.
That's a
right.
Good.
Right, and so the Knicks, knowing that right now, we're barely staying above water without Mitchell Robinson. We're getting close to nothing or everything with Nerlens Noel. Like we'll get everything or nothing, but there is no level of consistency with Nerlens Noel, right? And Taj is we have to consider. Is the juice worth the squeeze with Taj Gibson now? Right? Because Taj Gibson has expanded his game to the 3-point line, but he's not making many threes. So now you're like, well, you have an old big man who's not big. He's not athletic. He's smart and experienced. That expanded his offensive game out to the 3-point line, but he doesn't have an offensive game and he doesn't hit threes. So what are we is the juice worth the squeeze at this point with Taj Gibson?
I think it is because I think he's the type of he's a veteran that should be out of the rotation, sometimes in the rotation. I mean, if it's somebody who's a good young player, he's gonna be fighting for minutes. Like we're gonna be doing the whole
Like Mitch.
and like Mitch.
Like when Mitch comes back, you won't see Taj anymore.
No, maybe once, maybe one time.
It'd be emergency situations.
Right. So and Tibbs is only going to play 10 players. You've seen it.
Or he might back up Julius. Back up Julius. Might.
Well,
and
and right.
Cutting into Obi.
Yeah, it's cutting into Obi also. So I just wanted to say this real quick before I jump off because I got to jump off, man, and get a nap in because I got to do some. It's always work, right? But so Ron, I heard you talk about which y'all gonna be talking about on the show.
Yeah.
And so tonight on the Knicks at Night podcast, I'm gonna be talking about the day after, like who's gonna be here the day after the trade deadline.
Right? I like that conversation. That's a good one.
Right. And so what I'm gonna advise the subscribers and the viewers of this channel is check out Ron Cleveland, man. We're trying to get Ron Cleveland up to about 300 viewers per. I know that seems, man, Ron, think about that. 300 views per. Remember when we started that? Remember we started at the bottom. Now we here.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
That would be crazy.
Right. But you know what though? We thought 200 was crazy, and y'all are right there at the cusp of 200 or so. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I ain't putting no pressure on. What I'm saying is, I just want to let people here know, go support Ron Cleveland, man. It's the Knicks, right? You know, buy the merch.
Great show, guys. Great show.
Yeah, engage in the conversation, man, and continue to make this thing fun. Because sometimes we have an issue or so, and it makes the thing unfun. It ain't fun dealing with some stuff. It's some stuff where you see it coming, you try to avoid it, you try to push parties apart, and the unfun part still shows up. And so you don't want that to be the indicator of what the show is about, man. We ain't doing that.
We definitely ain't doing that. If we want negativity and disunity, we can turn on them majors, man.
ESPN.
You know what I mean? We ain't gonna divide nothing. You know what I mean? We gonna pull people together. That's what this thing is about, man.
Right.
I love what you're doing, Uncle Freezy. Keep doing it, man. Keep doing it, everybody. I'm telling y'all right now, if you haven't subscribed to this man channel, you know what I mean? You need to do it. It ain't even an option.
Ready G, guys.
This is your thing. People, you a Knicks fan? This is what you want.
Right.
Hey, Ron Cleveland, remember the show is rated G for general audience. This is for kids. You got kids on the show, young adults, teenagers. So you got to remind people it's a show that's rated for G. I just want to remind everybody.
So right. It's a constant reminder. You hear me when I open up. That's the first thing I say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know grandparents watch the show.
Right.
You know, I know people in Saudi Arabia watching the show with their kids. Right. You know what I mean? So that is all about putting on a good product for them kids and everybody, man. Something everybody can enjoy. And I don't care if you're checking in from Pluto. I don't care what your race is. I don't care about none of that. Right. You know what I mean? When I used to be in that uniform, you know what I mean? It wasn't about no color of your skin.
Right.
It was about what you wearing and what you represent across your chest.
And the objective.
Exactly.
And
that's
the objective.
all it is. That's all it is. And that's the same model I take out, man. I don't care who you are. And I'm gonna tell you this, I'm not gonna close my door to anybody.
Right.
Only way you get closed out, you're gonna close yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
Either with being negative or with your foul language. Because I ain't having no foul language. I ain't gonna be a part of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And respecting other people.
Right.
You know, you ain't gonna call people out their name on the video panel. I'm stopping.
That's critical.
That's that kind of stuff that lead the division.
Right.
I ain't doing that.
We were already arguing, so arguing and calling each other outside of our names is
that's uncalled for. It's childish.
Right. Yeah, man. So man, it's the Knicks. It's dope. Make sure y'all check it. You know what I'm saying? Lawrence Tears is dope in its own
Yes,
right,
sir.
where it's like a community of people working behind the scenes to put forth a dope product. And the thing I'm the most proud of is about 77% of the people that come to the channel subscribe. Right? A lot of channels is 50-50. I mean, legit 50-50 based on what YouTube says. It's either 51-49 somewhere in that area. Like people will like watch it, maybe they subscribe, maybe they won't. A lot of times they hit the like button. Our deal is we got to get people to start smashing that like button.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Start smashing that like button when you come here to get us in front of more people.
It
And
don't
then
cost you nothing.
yeah.
That it don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. Just hit it.
Yeah, because we know y'all like it because y'all come here and subscribe.
You're a Knicks
Y'all
fan.
subscribe to it. Yeah, I know
You
you
get
like
Knicks
it.
content.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know y'all like it because I look at the watch time hours. The average watch time is so high that I know you like it. There's something about it that you like. Man, just hit the like button.
Yep.
I know you like it. Just say you like it. So anyway,
Like you said, man, we gotta support each other, man. If we don't
yeah, man.
support each other, man, who will? You know what I mean? Them majors ain't checking for the Knicks. Look at what
Yeah.
we doing. Freezy, think about this, man. Before you go, any other team doing what the Knicks done this year, you know how much publicity they'll be getting.
Oh, right,
Let that sink in for a minute.
right, right,
A notoriously bad team all of a sudden went from night and day.
right, right,
Went from night to day. You know what I mean?
right.
So it's and how we ain't getting more is crazy, but we understand, the powers that be when it comes to all that stuff, man. But hey, that's what we here for.
But if they
You
ain't
know?
gonna give it to us, we gonna take it. That's what we doing. ESPN ain't showing love. We gonna take love. We gonna create our own shows on YouTube and bring the fans in and let them have their say, and they are gonna like it.
Yes, sir.
That's how we rock as as
Absolutely.
as hardcore Knicks fans. Hey, so salute to everybody for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know the love is real. We don't do the fake love stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a little kid when it comes to certain stuff. If I don't like it, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But so I said that to say this: the love that we show for each other is real, it's genuine. It comes from
Exactly.
it's earnest. It comes from a real place. It's not some drummed up for clicks type stuff. That ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can tell people have a discernible spirit. They can tell when stuff is fake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so people, that's the reason why people love man is the Knicks. It's the reason why they come through for Lawrence Tears and rock with us, because of the people that they see on the screen. They feel like they have an attachment to these people and that we're relatable to them, and we are. So man, make sure y'all subscribe to Ron's channel, man, it's the Knicks. Make sure y'all subscribe to Lawrence Tears. Make sure y'all smash them like buttons, man. We want to continue to grow so that we can continue to put out dope content for y'all. So I'm gonna get out of here. On that note, I'm gonna go in here and fix me a snack.
Hey, Freezer, if you can slide through, man. Hey, if you're available, man, slide through.
I'm
man.
coming.
Grace us with your presence, man. You know what I mean?
I don't know about the grace part.
Hey, man,
I'm down. You know I'm down here in the country. You know everything ain't graceful. You know what I'm saying?
hey, I appreciate you, man. Always, man.
Yeah.
I never forget what you did for me, man.
Yeah, man.
Never.
Hey, you talented, bro. You talented.
Never forget it, man. Never forget it.
You a star, bro. You a star.
Man. I'm just a guy, man. I'm just a guy, man.
Hey,
with us, man, ain't no agendas for us. You know what I mean? We ain't no majors.
We'll agree to disagree on that, then. How about we just agree?
Yeah, man.
I want to give a shout out to Julius Randle, man.
Look at him.
And also,
hey, that jersey got to you yet, Ralph?
It's on the way.
You that jersey.
And you don't get blocked unless you're doing something wrong. So
yeah,
I want to just say we got to treat him right now. We got to treat him right. We got to treat Julius Randle right, and everything will work itself out from there. So.
That's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing.
No. I was talking about the earlier today. Jonathan Macri's blocked from Julius Randle. Blocked him, right?
Yeah. Oh wow, Julius Randle blocked him.
Ron, how come every time I have a guest on there, you don't be around?
Hey, you know what? I came on the last time you had Jonathan.
Jonathan Macri blocked. He said earlier today. I was going to tell you, Jonathan Macri told us that he's Julius Randle has him on block on Twitter.
Wow.
Right.
Because so he said that he's been fluffing him up, and I'm like, you got to do something really wrong to be getting blocked from Julius
by
Randle.
that guy.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, but it is what it is. But
And then I won't say really do anything wrong, because sometimes some people hold on to things and they can't let go. But Jonathan Macri and Julius, that thing will work itself up, man. Julius Randle, it'll work out.
Yeah, man. But I'm I think I had Harry Carson on the joint and Ron wasn't around.
This morning?
Yeah. No, this was what, November, I think? And he wasn't around. And then I had Orlando on, and he wasn't around.
You know what? I didn't really start like getting heavy till like the end of November.
Okay.
The end of November. November 28th was when I started the channel, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So and that's what I found you, like, what was it? I think like sometime in December. Cause I was just strolling through and I was like, whoa, I know this guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? I said, man, he got okay.
Yeah,
You
man.
know what I mean?
We grew really quick. It was odd. I wanted to grow slowly. Listen, man, I believe in baby steps.
Yeah.
I believe in baby steps, dog. I do. I believe in that, like, I don't like retracing my steps, basically. You know how you lose your car keys? You're like, yeah, where I put my keys at? So every day when I come in the house, I put them right on the hook. I have a hook by the door.
Mm-hmm.
Now I ain't even got to retrace no steps. I'm going out the door. I grab the keys. I'm coming to the door. I put them right there. It's kind of like how I live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
man.
I'm definitely coming through later. I'm gonna get me a nap in. I'm gonna get me something to eat. I'm gonna work on this Facebook page, this website, this rebranding stuff for the channel, so that we can get out there in front of people, and I'll definitely be on that.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's all about improving and moving. That's all we trying to do. Same thing Tibbs doing.
Right, no doubt.
You know what I mean? Hey, Freezy, man, when this thing blow up out of here, man, we can get up to that city, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, we got to.
Ralph?
Ron Cleveland, you already know, Ron. You know what time it is.
Yeah, man.
I'll see you later today, guy. Ron.
All right. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right,
everybody in the
all
chat, subscribe to Lawrence Tibbs Morning Drive. You got your morning fix. You got your Chuck Wagon breakfast. Y'all know what it
with
is,
eggs
man.
on it.
Freezy, man. Y'all, hey, do it. It ain't a request. You heard me? You know what I mean? It's the Knicks, man. It's the Knicks. He all Knicks. You see the blue and orange on
That's an order, soldier.
You know what I mean? Hey, let's do it, man. Hey, let's support everybody that got this Knicks thing going.
Yeah, man.
Uncle Sim, Tony Crow, everybody. Legion, all of them, man.
All of them.
CMB, we all we got. You heard me?
All we got. Hey. All right, y'all.
Freezy.
I'll catch up with you guys, okay? Hey, I'll see you, Freezy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Freezy, maybe after the show I can talk to you, because I want to invite you to my show, have an interview you, and, just talk about, because we're talking about already here, and I just want to bring that to my show because we had those conversations.